It is time. It is time. It is time. Welcome, everyone. I have not been this excited and nervous for a beta in a long time. I think since Cyrene was the last time I had so much investment in a beta. I mean, obviously, I've skipped every character in Planet Arcadia just for Aventurine. So I have so much personal stakes in this beta. So we'll see. So you're about to go on a first date? Yes, a first date with Aventurine Waveflare. True. But hello, everyone. Welcome. Very exciting day. I have Nanoka open. I have Gacha Base open. I have all the websites open so that, oh, it's on screen. Thank you. I have all the beta websites. Wait, is my model on screen? Hello? Oh, I'm small. What the heck? Feet reveal. Okay, that's chilling. Okay, that's fine. My bad. All right. Yeah, I'm so excited. What about Hiroka? Girl, no one uses Hiroka. I need to save my Trailblaze power actually, because the second we figure out what Aventurine does, all my Trailblaze power is going towards farming for Aventurine. So I'm not spending any of this. Yeah. I'm very, very hyped. I'm very nervous. I have a bingo. Make it small again? I'm not doing that. Listen, there's gonna be a lot of people tuning into stream today because it's a kit leaks day. So we're gonna be a little not so silly. Yeah, and then Robin. I'm very hyped for Robin as well, for sure. Based on what we know from early info, Robin sounds pretty strong, but we'll see. Yeah, I was considering making a bingo card just to go over some expectations. I don't know if I care about like making it an actual bingo card, like trying to actually get the bingo, but it's just a way to go through our hopes and expectations. Win beta in 30 minutes. Okay, so what am I expecting from Robin and where's Ampersand and Aventurine? I don't know why it's Stars and Stripes theme. Let's make it... Sure, modern theme. This looks very summer themed, honestly. Is there an actual summer theme one though? No, okay, we're fine. Okay. Yeah, triple memos for Robin. Definitely expecting that. I'm not gonna list which ones are for Robin or Aventurine. It should be obvious, right? We get Robin in event leaks today? Yes, in 30 minutes. Triple memos for Robin. I need all three of them to be separate on the action bar. Okay, is it cheating to say like... I don't know, is it cheating to put Aventurine only for Elation and then have another box that says Aventurine not only for Elation? That sounds like cheating. I personally think... I think Aventurine will work with the Follow-Up Attack team. Follow-Up event is real. I think leakers are just missing info, probably. I think he's gonna work with them. Me, personally, I don't have any personal attachment to the Follow-Up Attack team. I skipped both Asheville and Blade, so it doesn't really matter to me which team Aventurine goes in. I'm only in this for Aventurine himself. But, I mean, Uncle Y's leak specifically, he, like, perfectly nailed down everything about Robin. Now, we don't know Robin's kit, but he called out that Robin specifically has 3 birds. So, like, if Aventurine is not for the Follow-Up Attack team, I don't think Uncle Y was incorrect. I think Hoyo probably just changed their mind. And Uncle Y's info was just from earlier info. So I think at some point he was meant for the Follow-Up Attack team, and I'm gonna place my bets that it's still there, but we'll see. They may have changed their minds due to Mortonak's Blade being too OP. Thank you so much for subscribing, Karu. I really appreciate it. Robin, sub DPS. I think she's gonna have a fair amount of damage in her kit. What if he's still the Elation is the same? What do you mean still? He never was. Aven OP E2. When the beta starts, in around 30 minutes. I don't mind people giving suggestions for the bingo card, yeah. It's kind of just a way for us to go through our expectations together. So feel free to suggest things that you hope or expect from the beta. Yaoguang Harem, true. Okay, I think Aventurine will have, like, the ability to play with Elation characters still. Ooh, Robin Action Advance? Sure, we can put that. Aventurine mid light cone? I think Aventurine's gonna have a strong light cone, is what I'm gonna put, actually. I think he's gonna be very reliant on his light cone, since he's an Elation character. He doesn't really have access to free light cones. Yeah. I'm gonna put Robin Universal. I think she's gonna have a lot of universal buffs. Infinite loop? Well, we're not gonna know on the first, like, initial look if there are infinite loops. Crazy kit numbers? Yeah, I mean, I could put something like that. I'm also very excited, Karu. Thank you for following Leo Justice. New song? But we're not gonna know if she has a new song until we get, I don't know, deeper into the beta. We shouldn't get that info right away. Maybe Robin replaces Cass. Yeah, I don't want to do any, like, team theory crafting to that degree for the bingo card, because this is just going to be first impressions. I need to get hands-on testing with them before I decide how much, like, who's replacing who. Aside from more obvious things, like Aventurine synergizing with follow-up, I'm comfortable putting that. Is Guild Lycum good on anyone other than him? Technically, it enables an infinite loop with a level 1 E6 Mighty, technically. Robin mentioned Sunny's name in her. I don't think she's going to. I would not expect them to give Sunday that many flowers. Robin, yeah, triple memos is up here. I could put triple memos rights. How does that look? It kind of looks ugly. Just put triple memos. Emblade is kind of optional as he's only there to revive your Acheron. Nice. Shenzhou lineup for a strap. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, like they show a bunch of outlines? That would be interesting. I don't think we really need that because we kind of know all the characters that are coming up. But yeah, I don't think we need the outlines. You're gonna need the yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, references. I don't think Hoyo would be that bold, to be honest. Event have good sub DPS for Elation teams like Sparksy. I think he'll be a fine main DPS for Elation. When are leaks supposed to be up? In around 20 minutes. I'm sure chat will let me know. I do have an extra water bottle this time, chicken. Yeah, Robin memo does not explode. I guess that's a hot take. Today is the Robin and Aventurine beta, Quintilla. Robin OPE1, we'll put. Aventurine sustain for Elation? I don't think so. He's supposed to be a main DPS. Maybe he works with Sparksy? I would be shocked. And also, I don't want him to work with Sparksy. Oh, that's a good one, Hazel. We should guess the light cone art. Although I can't show the light cone art on stream, but we can guess it regardless. Yeah, I think Aven shirtless light cone art. Definitely he's gonna be shirtless. I think the shirt's gonna be completely off. Do I think that? But, like, it's too easy to just say Aven abs. Like, obviously his abs are gonna be out. But that feels too easy. I don't know. I don't know what I should put. He's pulling his... Yeah, I do think his abs are gonna be out. I don't think he'll do that, Lance. Aven feet. Well, that is in his drip marketing. We do see his feet. I would expect the light cone to be his top half of his body, though. Do we think oh my god. Oh, okay, but I don't think I'm gonna put stuff for animations on here. Because the animations aren't gonna come out until much later. So I'm not gonna be able to. But if I could put animations on here, I would put Aventurine uses a water gun. Because in the new emotes that HSR released, Aventurine is using a water gun, and he's using a beach ball. So I think his animations are going to make him attack the enemy with a water gun and a beach ball. And then obviously her surfboard as well. I think that's going to be his combat animations. But I can't put that on here again, so. What's Robin's, like, I'm just going to go for the low-hanging fruit and put Aventurine abs. Robin... What's her Lycon art gonna be? Oh yeah, we should put Aven. Is he gonna, do we think he's gonna increase Aha's speed, or is he gonna action advance Aha? Should I just put Aven helps Aha schmoove? That's fine. I don't know what we're doing for Robin's Lycon art, so we'll come back to that. I could see Robin having like the water in her. Oh, Robin suntanning Lycon art. I think she's gonna be sitting like on a beach chair, suntanning on the sand. That's what I can imagine for Robin's Lycon. Oh, Aven has RNG in his kit. We can put that. I think that's plausible. Free space. Robin abs! You're so based, Hamburger. That would be that would be great. That would be very funny. Robin has 3D. Yeah, I don't know how I want to word that. Yeah, we put Robin AA over here, up here. I just don't know if I want to put like Robin works with specific teams on the bingo card, because again, I'm gonna need specific. I'm gonna need hands-on testing to do that. There shouldn't be a new set, Omar. HSR tends to follow a pattern on when they release new sets. And we just got new sets, so we shouldn't be getting any new ones. They spray water on her and also protects her while smiling. That would be cute. I don't expect any unique energy mechanics. Yeah, I agree. Action advances are dangerous right now. I assume it'll have restrictions. Any chance of Novas popping up? Technically, yes, but I personally highly doubt it. I think the Novas are for 4.6 or 4.7. Robin attaches members to allies? Maybe. An infinite loop square? The problem is we're not gonna know if there are infinite loops until we get testing. So, like, if I put it on here, we just won't know. Other characters are shown in Lycon art. I kind of don't expect it. A spot for a tree making sus noises? Oh my god. I don't think there will be any special energy now. Yeah, a lot of people in chat want this, so we can put Robin attaches her memos to allies, but that part goes unspoken because I don't want it to the square can't fit that many words. Aventurine speed scaling, leaks have basically hinted at that already, so it kind of feels like a given, but I'll put it anyway. Speed scaling / conversion, but we all understand, right? In fact, can I put conversion? Speed scaling / conversion. No, that looks really bad on the box. Okay, we'll just leave it at this. Robin HP scaling. Do we think Robin's gonna be HP scaling? I would love if Aventurine was a defense scaling DPS, yeah. New do you like cone? I don't know. No, Aventurine should be a DPS. Light cone kit unlocks full potential. We could put Aven light cone has speed. I'm down to do that. And I'm down to do Robin light cone has energy. I think these two seem like decently likely. Just judging from Hoyo patterns. Hi, Caleb Jace. Around when from now can we expect the beta to drop? Around 20 minutes from now, Iris. So pretty soon. Do you think you can get Himenova for the 1 pity and only 5 pulls? She'll be here for the entire patch, so you have a pretty decent chance, I would say. Skill point intensive event SP for more gambling. Yeah, we can put Aven useless basic attack. How about that? He doesn't use his basic attack, so he needs to spam his skill. Robin gets 100% crit rate like Hyacinth would be a wild guess. A zone? I could see Robin having a zone, yeah. There shouldn't be any new relics, because we just recently got some. Aventurine will have some RNG technique. Yeah, I put Aventurine has RNG up here. That covers most of the bases. High max energy. Did you enjoy the new quest? Oh, I didn't do the new quest yet. I tend to wait around 1 week before I do the new quest on the stream. I don't think there will be random useless choices, Otohime. They usually don't do that nowadays. Oh, can we guess some of the Eidolon art? That's interesting. Middle column is looking free. True. Free force for event light cone. There's a pattern with when they give out free stuff. I don't know what pattern we're on right now. Robin, Evernight Biss. I don't know if I want to put too many like specific team synergy theory crafting on this board, because we're not going to know for sure until we're testing. Yao Guang has an AI generated kit, man. E2 will show their eyes. I think that's pretty likely.
Retail Hippo just followed.
Thank you for following. Retail Hippo. Also, my thing is really loud. They just recycle their old E6s. What time are we looking at? In around 20 minutes is when the beta should drop. What else do I have here? We should try to theorize more stuff about their kits rather than art. Event is a Yaguang side grade that doesn't work with her. I don't know if I expect that. In fact, I'll probably Event Elation skill Reliant. As in, I think the Elation skill is gonna be most of his damage, maybe. But then he'll have ways to help Aha take actions when he's played with follow-up attack teams. That's what I would expect. And this would make sense for why he can be played with Yao Guang. Robin memos attacks instead of buff. I put Robin sub DPS up here, yeah. Oh, I want Aventurine to have some way to, like, I don't know, help the whole team deal toughness damage. Something that helps Aventurine and APOC is what I want. Because otherwise, I don't know, it's just weird. It's rough that his whole team is going to be different elements. So... Robin healing such rain in her kit. I kind of don't expect her to. Event I don't know about weakness ignore. I'm not sure what I would put for it. Aventurine super break. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Also, we have, yeah, gotcha base. Nanaka over here. We're ready. Aven... Extra turn Eidolon. Do I think he's gonna have an extra turn in his Eidolons? That's like, I don't know. That's usually a main push thing. I don't know if they would give it to him. It would be nice. It's a hope. It's a cope. I'll leave it there, and then we can come back to change it if we want. Yeah, implanting a weakness would be nice. Robin, multiple states. I think she'll have multiple meme sprites that do different things. I don't think she necessarily has multiple states. And yeah, Sparksy does have it, which is fair. Robin, I think her Eidolons will help her damage a bit. But I'm predicting that she's a sub DPS. Should I put at E0? Then dual mode. Well, I don't know necessarily if it'll be dual mode or if he just has natural synergy with both Elation teams and follow-up teams. I don't know if he'll have a clause in his kit. Chewy liking the initial kit? Oh, like a box for Chewy's opinion. Chewy is happy. There, Chewy is happy. But to be honest, it's not going to be too hard to make me happy. Probably. I kind of don't really care what Aventurine does, as long as his... Okay, I care that his Eidolons are good, is one thing. So that's going to be decently important to me. So we'll see. Robin playing music in battle? Yeah, we just won't know from the initial leaks, so we'll have to wait to see if Robin has new music. Will you go for Ashvale and Morb if Event is good with them? Yes, I will. Hello, Ignita. Oh, Aventurine bounce attacks? I like that one, Lynn Torch. Aven bounce attacks. Hello, Hero. This is Def getting nuked in V3 box? What do you mean? Chewy is disappointed? Well, I can't put that on the board, because then, like, either way we get a box. If we put both, Chewy is happy and Chewy is disappointed. Aventurine has no Def Shred in this kit. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Then no Def Shred. That would make a lot of sense because the Ash Blade team gives him 70, and then the Elation Relic set or the Quantum Relic set gives him 20, so he's already at 90. And then you can make up for the remaining 10% through, I don't know, Blade using pearls or something. Gamble mechanic? Yeah, we put Aventurine has RNG up here. We getting kit and animations? Animations will be a few hours later, but the kit should be like within the next 10 minutes. I don't expect Aventurine to heal. Robin, skill point friendly. Yeah, we could. I don't know if she will be, because Rem teams don't really need the skill points, so Robin could use them. Event has team follow-up attack buffs. I don't know if Aventurine's gonna buff the team. Robin memos kill themselves in game. We were gonna put Robin memos do not explode, which I think is plausible. In fact, let's do that. Robin memos do not explode. Exploding birds? I don't think so. No angry birds. Merry Make. Yeah, Merry Make sounds like... That sounds right for Aventurine. But that would be our last box, so I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if Robin will have HP manipulation. I think it's just... I don't know. No, Merry Make on Aventurine. Robin's not going to have Merry Make. Robin also supports Mighty. I don't want to put any team building theory crafting on the board. Because again, I want to have personal hands-on testing with the characters first before I do any specific team theory crafting. I don't think Robin's going to heal. You think she's going to... I think it would be cool if she could replace Hyacinth. It's just not what I expect her to do. That is the first ever E4 merchant. That'd be funny. Like, if we want to go for the low-hanging fruit, we could just go Aven, E6, Merry Make. Like, I think that's decently likely. What if Robin scales like the Hypta? In which way? Like, she scales off of the your other character stats? That'd be interesting. Thank you for the Hydrate Chicken. Do we think out of bounds Mema sprites? I don't think so. That's every elation? Yeah, that's fair. Oh, we have Aventurine bounce attacks over here. Robin can choose what bird goes to who. I'm not even sure if she attaches her birds to people, so that's already a gamble putting it on here. Robin with his zone. That, yeah, I could see that one for sure. It's just, you know, which one would I want to replace? Robin uses Arcadia of Woven Dreams. I could see that, yeah. I don't think Aventurine will have his own, though. Is Mortonax Blade's thing considered his own? I actually don't know.
Just followed.
Thank you for following Fries Thief. Then Ultformer rips off his shirt. Take my money, Hoyo. Yeah, Blade deploys... zones can coexist, though, so, like... That's chilling. Can you show the Guilt and Rand Lycones? Yeah, they showed them on stream, right? On the live stream, so yeah, I can show those. Do we know if Event has another form? No, I'm gonna assume he doesn't. You think this beta is going to be chaotic? It's gonna be a roller coaster ride for me. I agree that Aventurine is gonna use a water gun, but the issue is that we're not gonna have animations for like a while after the kit leaks come out. So it's just impossible to put animation stuff on here because we're just not gonna have them. Robin enhanced skill / basic. I don't know. She could have an enhanced basic attack while her member sprites are doing something, maybe. Robin basic attack, useful? Yeah, useful for generating SP, maybe. Do you think it's safe to go for Himenova E0 S0 now? I think Himenova is a character that you should plan to vertically invest into. 3 bird with shared HP? I could see that too. Aventurine attack names related to money. Won't they be related to like beach stuff? Or is it still going to be money related? It could be, I guess. I don't know. I don't think Robin will replace Hyacinth. Unique basic attacks. Well, I put Aventurine with the useless basic attack somewhere. Yeah, Aventurine useless basic. Because I think you'll probably never use this. You're gonna say HP scaling? You need a beachside bar vet? That would be fun. Robin has 100% T1 action advance. That would be pretty crazy. Don't know about that one. Robin, Aglaia synergy. Again, I don't want to put any team building theory crafting on this board, just because I would like to have hands-on testing before I theory craft on teams and synergies. Aside from like more blatant stuff like follow-up Aventurine. Thank you for following. You'll want Aventurine no Def Thread with Aven 20% Def Ignore E1, so Blade Stay gains more value. But that would be tough because the Elation Relic set gives 20 Def Thread. So it's kind of hard for Aventurine's kit to have any Def Thread. Because Aventurine is Quantum Elation, and both the Quantum Relic set and the Elation Relic set give 20 Def Thread. So there's just like nowhere for Aventurine to have Def Thread in his kit, unless he doesn't play with Ashblade, of course. Which is very plausible. You wonder why no Rem character has their Rem Sprite in their light cone? Yeah, that is interesting. Hi, speed check. You got E2 Evernight? Nice. Yeah, we're gonna find out today if Robin works with Evernight or not. Oh, it's like any minute now. It's gonna be up. Robin Bird's can't be 3 memo since the battle system revolves on a 4 memo max. Does it? I actually didn't know that. That's interesting. Aven might get a Blade type passive SP. Yeah, he could. Where he has different stuff depending on the paths of the other characters on the team. I could see that for sure. Doesn't Aggie have her memo in her light cone? Garment Maker is there, I think. You're right. Robin working with Aglaia would be nice. I agree for sure. The skill changes the bird we're using. I would like that. When will gameplay leaks drop? In a few hours. So not anytime soon, necessarily. Yeah, Ika is on a Battle Pass Lycon, that's true. Robin is Farina from Genshin. There is one leak that said that. I'm not sure how true it's gonna end up being. Just because early leaks made it sound like Robin is doing literally everything. So I don't know what to expect from her. I'm expecting some decently, not heavy restrictions, but some amount of restrictions on Robin's kit in order to unlock certain buffs. Cause early leaks kind of make it sound like she does everything. She buffs attack, she buffs HP, she buffs speed, she action advances, she gains energy outside of her own turn. Like, she's doing so much. It's such an overloaded kit from what leakers were saying that there must be restrictions within the kit. Get water, chicken! I'm gonna need to, like, increase the time on this, redeem. Robin have a blast basic attack. I'm just not sure what that would accomplish. Then again, I don't know what Yao Guang's is accomplishing either by being a blast attack. 10 p.m. Let's go. Yes, it's right about time. Oh, do I refresh? I don't think they're gonna have it right away. But it's gonna take like at least 5 minutes, surely, right? Both Robin and Aven will have kit clauses. I could see that, yeah. You're refreshing. Okay, yeah. Chat will let me know when it's up. Yeah, 10 to 20-ish minutes should be when it's up. What's in here? Gift of Stardust. Oh, this thing. Very cute. Okay. And for those who don't know, I have a lot of pulls saved up, and all of this is being saved for Aventurine. It's around 600 if you take into account the store. Like, I have 40 here, 425 in Stellar Jades, and then I have 20,000 Aneric Shards. Nuka just went down. Okay, so they're gonna have it. So yeah, so I have like 500, 600 pulls. Oh, where is it? I'm refreshing. Anoka's still up for me, but you'll pull even if you don't like the gameplay. It is gonna be very, very easy for them to please me in terms of the gameplay. Like, I'm not too pressed about what the gameplay is gonna be. Also, let me screenshot the bingo card. Please. Okay. Are you the only one who pulls less units because of currency wars? That's interesting. How many pulls do you have for Aventurine? Around 600, but obviously we have the entirety of this patch and the entirety of next patch to save up for Aventurine. So I'll have 800 around there. Roughly around 800 by the time he releases. So I can E6 him. Story is 8.5. I'm very excited for the story, yeah. This is nerve-wracking, I know, right? Okay, this is Gacha Base, is this website, and then this website is Nanoka. Am I pulling for Rin? I don't know. I feel like I should pull for Rin because she's such a cost-effective character for my account. Because I have E2 Sparkle, so my Archer team is pretty good. So getting Rin for my Archer team with E2 Sparkle, it's just really strong for my account. Yeah, I don't have to decide anytime soon, so I'm not going to. But eventually, maybe, just because she's such a good pull for my account. Especially since I also have the Anaxa Light Cone, which is so good on her. Would you pull Himiko on rerun? Probably not, unfortunately. I love Himiko, don't get me wrong, but I just don't have the pulls to afford to Himiko. What are the chances of Robin SP replacing Cyrene in Monoram? I think she could be a side grade that helps you split up your Rem team. So you can run Cast on one side and Evernight on the other side. That's what I think Robin could do. Just pull out an Anaxa E2. No, Rin's the better pull. Like, definitely Rin's the better pull. Refresh. Oh my god. I'm so nervous. We have Himiko on the com account? Yeah, that's true. Is it cooked if Aventurine only works with a Yaguang? I mean, depends what you mean by cooked. For me, that would be perfectly fine. Like, I would be so down for that. Is Jing Yuan still good on Rin? It's like not outstanding. Because Rin's personal damage isn't outstanding. 560 on YouTube? Yeah, hi everyone! Is E1 Robin any good for Gil Saber? Yes. Although the yeah, it's strong, for sure. I would expect Robin SP to make memo splitting easier than it already is, for sure. Comic Count has Himenova now? Yeah, Comic Count got E2 S1 Himenova in 176 pulls. So pretty crazy. E2 S1 in under 200 pulls. That was a really nuts pulling session yesterday. Hello, your ace? How dare, yeah, we got 2 Himikos and 20 pity. You saw E6 Rin bursting everything so smoothly. Okay, but it's E6, like, are we really gagging for that? Hello, Rico. Is it so much everybody use Yout and now Event 2? Yeah, but I don't have an Elation team right now, so I'm kind of fine if Aventurine is for Elation. Will Robin make Evernight versatile? We'll see. Zila leaks. Kit soon, but video later, okay? Well, yeah, I mean, oh, what did I just do? Oh, that's to be expected. The animations always come later. Oh, it's still not up! Nothing on Reddit either. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not going to be on Reddit first. Usually it's on Gacha Base first. If Robin does have 3 memos, then isn't she automatically enough for Evernight? Depends on what buffs she's providing. I am salivating for the Aventurine leaks, please. I miss Hamdi G-Cat. Are any of the fake characters worth vertically investing into? Depends on your definition of worth. Gil E1 is good. Robin or Aventurine first? We'll be looking at Aventurine first for sure. Because that's what I'm more anxious for. What if they rerun Yaguang again in 4.5? That would be good if Aventurine needs her. Is she at least supposed to have a need for mod approval? Yeah. So definitely it'll be up on the websites first. Elation Slop? Listen, if I must invest in Elation Slop, then I shall. Let me check the Discord server. Leaks feed. Kits soon. Source Mito. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Are we certain they're coming tonight? Yes, we're certain. In fact, anytime within the next 10 minutes, they should be up. Like, it should not take longer than 10 minutes. Which is why we're kind of just sitting here hitting the refresh button. yeah, I'm spam refreshing too. I'm nervous. Yeah, any minute now. Remember the old days with the any minute now with Hamdi G-Cat waiting for the beta update? Hello, Rice Cooker. You hope Aven doesn't work with current Elation teams, it works with Ashblade? Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people feel that way, which I understand. I don't even, like, want to do anything else in the meantime. What's the website? Okay, I can link them in the chat. Here's Gacha Base linked in the chat. And here is Nanoka linked in the chat. So these are the 2 websites that... It's here! Is it on Gacha Base 2? No. Is it the full kit? Okay, it's here! Okay. Aventurine Wave Flare. This is Aventurine. 103 base speed. Low base attack. Okay. Basic attack, quantum damage. Okay, useless basic attack, we're right. Okay, skill. Deals quantum damage equal to 240% of his attack to... Oh, he is attack scaling. And gains 2 punchline and 4 points of fervor. So, fairly basic skill. It is all enemies, which is nice for pure fiction. Only 2 punchline is a little suspect, but 4 points of fervor, we'll see what that does. Okay, his ultimate. Deals quantum damage equal to 400% of his attack to all enemies, so it is AoE. So the leakers were incorrect when they said the ult was single target. Everything he does is AoE, that's really nice. And gains 5 punchline and 8 points of fervor. And increases his unit's speed by 25% for 3 turns. What's his ult cost? Max energy, 140, okay. 3 turn rotations to keep the speed buff permanent sounds a little sus, but we'll see. The duration of Aventurine's certified banger increases by 1 turn, that's really nice. 3 turn duration on certified banger. After a teammate uses an attack, okay! Follow-up attack team! He is for the follow-up attack team! He is 1000% for the follow-up team! After a teammate uses an attack, Aventurine gains 1 point of fervor and 1 punchline. The max limit is 30 fervor. Confirmed follow-up attack team. Like, we don't even need to read anything else. It's confirmed. Okay, oh my god. So many people are sighing in relief right now. When fervor reaches 10 points, 8 from ultimate, 4 from skill. When fervor reaches 10 points, he uses Cheers to the Blazing Summer 1 time, which takes a fixed 20 punchline into account. After using this, is Cheers to the Blazing Summer his elation skill? Yes, it is. So he automatically launches his elation skill as like a follow-up attack, but not an actual follow-up attack. After this use, the elation skill used by this unit in the next aha instant is enhanced. Oh, wait! He has an enhanced elation skill. That's really cool. While Aventurine has certified banger, his skill additionally deals 40% quantum elation damage to all enemies, and his ultimate additionally deals 72% quantum elation damage to all enemies. Okay, he has pretty high non-elation scalings, which means he's gonna work with some generic buffs in addition to the elation buffs. It's very similar to OG Evanescia, where she has strong non-elation scalings, and then her extra elation scalings are still good, but nothing crazy. So that's nice. And yeah, it's still full AoE. Okay, let's read the elation skills. Deals 60% quantum elation damage to all enemies, and additionally deals 10 instances of damage, with each instance dealing 50%. Okay, there's the bounce. Wait, that's good, no? Okay, sometimes Nanoka doubles the numbers, but no, the energy and stuff is all not doubled. Sparksy. What's your scaling, Sparksy, on your relation skill? 50% fire relation damage, and then 20 instances of 25%. Aventurine is 60% elation damage, and then 10 instances of 15%. Okay, so it's less than Sparksy, but still, that's decently high damage from the regular elation skill. And then he has the enhanced elation skill. Additionally deals 10 instances of damage, with each instance deal 15. Yeah, this is all the same. Also consumes all fervor upon use. For every 1 point of fervor consumed, and she deals 1 instance of 50% quantum. Okay. So if he stacks up to... He's probably not going to reach 30 fervor. Let's be generous and say he gets 20 fervor per aha instant. That's an extra 20 bounces. And that would equal Sparks' elation skill damage. Which is interesting. So what do you think the BIS team is? It looks like Ashblade for sure. On 1 enemy only? No, it's bounce still, which is the same as Sparksies. Sparksies is also bounce, so. We'll check Robin afterwards. Let's look at his technique. Moves forward rapidly for a set distance, attacking all enemies in contact and blocking incoming attacks after entering combat. Deals quantum damage to all enemies and gains 2 points of fervor and 20 points of certified banger. That's nice, I guess. Okay. When speed is 160 or higher, increases this unit's elation by 30%. For every 1 speed exceeded, additionally increases the unit's elation by 1%. Is that copy and pasted from Silverwolf? That might be the exact same scaling. Oh, she just gains more elation. Okay. Oh, but his can scale higher. Technically, but you're never reaching that much speed. It's fine. At the start of battle, if there are other elation characters... Okay, he does have an M-Blade clause. If there are other elation characters in the team, his elation increases by 100%. If he is the only elation character in the team, After a teammate uses an attack, follow-up attack synergy confirmed. Aventurine gains 2 points of certified banger and 1 punchline. And increases Aha's speed by 25. Okay. Okay. That's good. He does increase Aha's speed when teammates launch attacks. Oh, that's so good. That's beautiful. That's everything we wanted. That's everything we could have asked for. Speed boost effect lasts until the end of Aha instant. Makes sense. Okay. I'm pretty happy right now. War is over, yeah. So Uncle Y was correct about everything, by the way. Why does he have a defense trait? Whatever. Increases crit damage by 48% after a teammate uses basic attack, skill, follow-up, or ultimate. His crit damage increases by... Interesting that it doesn't count elation skills. So this is less synergy with the elation team. Because elation skills don't give this. But I mean, elation characters also use basic attacks and skills and stuff, so it's fine. And he additionally gains 1 point of fervor. Okay, maybe he is reaching 30 fervor. In which case, his enhanced elation skill gets 30 bounces. Because there are a lot of ways to get fervor than I was expecting. This effect can be triggered up to 6 times, and the trigger count resets when Aventurine Waveflare uses his skill. Okay. Fair enough. His Eidolon scaling are... Well, his elation scalings are fine. Especially on his Aha instant stuff. On his elation skills themselves, elation scalings are pretty good. Just because they hit a decent amount of times. 156 participation ID is after Evanescia. Okay, so Evanescia cannot get certified banger from him. Okay, let's check the Eidolons. Oh no, yeah, this is very relevant to me. Increases... Can I get the light cones, by the way? Oh, hello. There are 4-star light cones. Let me open all of these. Where's Aventurine? Okay. E1 increases all-type breath pen by 24%. Every time he gains 10 points of fervor, he can trigger his talent to use Cheers to the Blazing Summer. What? That's already listed in his talent, no? Or in, yeah. What? Hi, Ground, thank you so much for subscribing. I'm confused. Why are they just repeating this? I mean, it could be V1 wording. There's a chance it means he does it twice. But that sounds too strong? Right? That sounds too strong. So I'm pretty confused by this.
Nice.
Yeah, he would be doubling his elation skill every time, which is strong. So I don't know if I trust this. They mean like the enhanced skill? No. No, Cheers is the regular one. Cheers is the one that he already launches. Like they already say when he reaches 10 points of fervor, he uses his elation skill. That's already in his base kit. So the fact that they're listing it here again in the E1 either means they're being redundant, or it means he does it twice every time now, which would be kind of crazy. E1 is every 10 fervor. So is his talent, right? Yeah, his talent is... wait, is this only the... No, this can't be only the first time he reaches 10... Maybe it is only the first time he reaches 10 fervor, actually. Yeah, okay. So this is only once per fervor thing. Wait, but it doesn't say when it resets. I mean, I assume it resets when he consumes his fervor. And then, yeah, every time fervor reaches 10 for the first time, I guess. Okay. That means he's doing his elation skill a lot less often without his E1 than I was expecting. Okay. That sounds like a really good E1, honestly. And then 24% res pen is obviously really good. It's kind of diluted when paired with Mortonak's Blades E1, and if you pair it with Tribby, but it's fine. No 30% Death Shred, he shouldn't have it, because he would be overcapping too much, because his relic set gives 20%. His E2 increases the max limit of fervor to 50 points, and additionally grants 2 points of fervor after using skill, ult, or elation skill. Okay, but that's only on his own skill, ult, and elation skill. That's still strong, though. How much energy does he get from his elation skill? Probably just 10. No, only 5 from this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, E2 is only his own attacks and not ally attacks. So it doesn't sound as good. E4 has... Okay, he's overcapping with this, which is funny. I don't know. I would assume them to change this, to be honest. Because he reaches 108% Death Shred with this. E1 is not that worthy. E1 sounds very good. This looks like the stopping point. E6. Elation damage dealt by Aventurine merry-makes by only 25%. After he uses his ultimate 2 times, all subsequent elation skills used become all into the Blazing Summer. And when using the elation skill all into the Blazing Summer, additionally deals damage outside of Aha Instant. It no longer consumes Fervor. No longer consuming Fervor is strong. Kind of? Assuming you wouldn't be able to stack it up every time anyway.
Nice.
Additionally deals damage outside of Aha Instant. What does it mean it additionally deals damage outside of Aha Instant? I assume that doesn't mean too much. Okay, I don't know how to feel about the E6. Why does he have to use his ult twice in order to trigger it? I don't know how I feel about that. That's a backloaded E6. And like, it's not like, I mean, I guess he's moving fast for energy, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the E6. It's weird. It's weird that you have to ult twice to trigger it. And like, it's not like he's a character that gets a lot of energy. No, definitely not an E6 merchant, because I'm saying the E6 is in, I don't know. Maybe it works better in practice. ER route meta? It could be. Let's check Aventurine's Light Cone before we go to Robin. I want to check this. Okay, this is Aventurine's Light Cone. Increases the wearer's crit rate by 18%. And when the wearer uses an elation skill, gains hype, which increases the wearer's speed by 20%. These are a lot of stats. If the elation skill used is different from the last elation skill used, so, I mean, I guess Silver Wolf can technically use this, but additionally gains Trend, which increases the wearer's elation by 36%. At the start of every wave or after the wearer uses their elation skill 3 times, recovers 1 skill point. Does he need this? I mean, it's nice, I guess. I don't know if he needs the skill point. The follow-up team is pretty skill point positive, or skill point friendly at least, but it's nice, I guess. And yeah, it's just a lot of stats. Like a lot of stats. 20% speed basically translates to like 20% more elation from his passive, so it's pretty good. Robin is still getting, yeah, we can check Robin now. Okay, 98 base speed, 140 max energy. Basic attack does nothing. She is HP scaling, skill. Summons the Mema Sprite, Summer Songbirds. Okay, so she does not have 3 Mema Sprites. It's only 1 Mema Sprite. It's fine. If Summer Songbirds is already on the field, restores its HP by 100% and gains 6 vibes. Okay, well, that's going to be charging Casterus because it's a heal. Advances the action of 1 designated ally unit by 100%. Okay, and regenerates a fixed amount of energy equal to 20% of their max energy. Okay, so it's a mix of Sunday's skill plus Sunday's ultimate. Then this character gains... Wait, this has no synergy with Cast, though. Because Cast doesn't use energy. Then this character gains the special guest effect. After the character with special guest attacks, she gains 1 point of vibe. So 6 vibe from the skill, 1 point of vibe from this. How long does the character have the... Oh, this character and her Mema Sprite cannot advance the actions of other targets. Oh, Robin becomes the special guest. Wait, no. This effect lasts for 2 turns. Oh, okay. So Robin cannot action advance Branya to allow Branya to action advance someone else. So this stops her from infinite looping. Makes sense. This effect lasts for 2 turns, and its duration decreases by 1 at the start of this character's turn. Okay. I think, if I'm understanding correctly. Cruising the Boundless Skies. The Mema Sprite Summer Songbirds has an additional HP of 70% of her HP. An additional initial speed equal to 180% of Robin's speed. That's a lot of speed. Does Evernight count as attacking? Is it not her Mema Sprite attacking? Oh, yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. Yeah, that is a little confusing. We'll see. When an ally uses an attack or when providing healing effect or shield for the first time in any target's turn, she gains 1 vibe. Okay. Up to a max of 50. This is follow-up attack team synergy, funny enough. While Summer Songbirds, Bessie is on the field. Okay, so we can control which one is on the field, presumably. Bessie is on the field. She gains, if her vibes are 6 or more, immediately summons Drummy. Oh, so she has to stack them up. And if vibe is 12 or more, immediately summons Patty as well. When all the Songbirds take the stage, Dispel all crowd control debuffs that Robin has and the Summer Songbirds are under. Enter the Fever state and deploy a zone. When ally targets deal damage inside the zone, they ignore 15% plus vibes times 0.5% of the enemy target's defense. Vibes stacks up to 50? 50, yeah, vibes stacks up to 50. So that's 40% def ignore, which is the same as Ashvale, so that's interesting. While in the Fever state, they're immune to crowd control debuffs, that's good. And Robin will not enter her turns or take action until the Fever state ends. When does the Fever state end? Enter the Fever state and deploy a zone. But when does it end? Hello? Keep reading? Okay. Technique. After using technique, at the start of the next combat, immediately gain 6 vibes and gets all allies 30% damage boost. Sure. Mem Sprite skill deals wind damage to all enemies equal to 150% of Summer Songbird's max HP. Okay. That's pretty good. While in the Fever state, Summer Songbirds and a countdown will appear on the action bar, increasing the damage dealt by Robin, Summeretta, and this unit by 60% plus vibes times 2%. So 160% damage bonus at max vibes. When Summer Songbird's turn starts, they use the Mem Sprite skill, yep. The countdown has an initial speed of 140. Okay. When their turn starts, 50% of current vibes, a minimum of 12 points, gets deducted. Okay. When vibes reach 0, the Summer Songbirds disappear and she exits the Fever state. While Summer Songbirds are on the field, increases the damage taken by all enemies by 10, 15... Okay, 20% vulnerability is good. Okay. Fever will end, though. It always consumes half of her current fever, with 12 being the lowest that can be consumed. Yeah, so if she has 50, then it goes down to 25, then 12. So yeah, around 3 turns of the Summer Songbirds. What's the point of it having a countdown, then? If it's just gonna... Okay, so it can... I don't know. It can either end from the countdown taking action, or it can end from the Memisprites taking too many turns and consuming all the vibes, I guess. Fair enough. yeah, I guess, yeah, if you can supercharge her vibes and keep it refreshed, then you would never... Yeah. It's to force it to... The 140 speed is a force to end. In case you keep getting more vibes faster than you lose them. Oh, what's this? When Summer Songbirds are summoned, it regenerates 20 energy for Robin Summeretto. When Summer Songbirds disappear, her action advances by 50%. Do they disappear at the end of the Fever state? Or do they disappear when she loses all her vibes? I don't see where it says they disappear. So that's probably just a precautionary measure in case a memo talent. Okay, I have to keep scrolling. Okay, it does say they disappear. Okay. That's really good. Low key? Eagle Robin? No, I don't know. Okay. Bonus abilities, yes. When an allied target causes Robin to gain vibes, if their attack is higher than Robin Summeretto, increases that target's attack by an amount equal to 60% plus vibes times 4%. So, 20% if it's 50 vibes. Eagle Robin is real? True. Increases by an amount equal to... Okay, so it's based on her HP is interesting. Otherwise, increases that target's crit damage by 40% plus vibes times 1%. So 90% crit damage. Okay. When Robin Summeretto or Summer Songbirds receive healing or shield provided by teammates, they gain 12 stacks of Groove. The first time Robin Summeretto gains vibes each turn, if she has Groove, she consumes 1 stack of Groove and... Okay, that's a lot of energy for her. I kind of feel like Aventurine needed a way to get energy, because his E6 depends on his ult. I feel weird about that still for Aventurine's E6, but it's fine. Okay, so she doesn't gain energy like when allies do attacks. So it's not follow-up attack synergy necessarily. Crit rate, speed, HP percent. Why does she have all offensive traces? And Aventurine does not. Like, what is this doing here? Whatever. Okay. E1. Her max vibes increased by 20, so up to 70. The first time an ally target uses a skill that causes her to gain vibes each turn, she gains an additional 2 vibe points. So she stacks it faster, fair enough. Summer Songbirds record 100% of the non-true damage dealt by ally targets. When using the Mema skill, in addition deals true damage equal to 11% of the total damage plus current vibe stacks times 1% to the enemy target. With the highest HP, okay, so it's the Cypher ult again. They've been trying to incorporate the Cypher ult. They tried putting it on Silverwolf's E2. Now they've attempted to put it here on Robin's E2. We'll see if it stays. She gains energy when there's a sustain, yes. E4, when entering the fever state, immediately gains 12 vibes, and the speed of Summer Songbirds increases by 20%, that's fine. Did you see the 50 crit rate? Wait, where? Oh, I did not see it, that's funny. E6, all targets, all type breast pen increases by 20%, classic. The Mema Sprite skill's damage multiplier increases by 100% of the original multiplier, so it just doubles the Mema skill multiplier. When entering the fever state, crit damage for Robin and Summer Songbirds increases by 200%. Okay, a lot of it is personal damage, which is interesting. Can she gain extra energy by healing her own Mema Sprite? When it's provided by a teammate, but she is a teammate to her Summer Songbirds, right? So maybe. Yeah, she sounds very strong, especially for memo teams, for sure. She sounds like a better RMC. She doesn't give true damage, but what does she give total in buffs? Up to 40% Death Shred, an action advance like RMC. She regenerates 20% energy, which is huge for Evernight, or Aglaya, because Evernight and Aglaya really want the energy. And the action advance is nice, 40% Death Shred, we mentioned that. A lot of attack, depending on how much HP she gets, or 90% crit damage if it's Evernight. Yeah, definitely sounds like an Aglaya or Evernight support. She can work with both of them, which makes a lot of sense. And the speed of her Mema Sprite is good for stacking Cyrene. Because yeah, the Mema Sprite's speed was, what? 180% of Robin's speed, which is pretty big. Does she work with the Naxa? She doesn't have any particular synergy with the Naxa. Let's check her light cone. I don't want to look at the picture though. Increases max HP by 30% after the wearer uses their ultimate. Recovers 1 skill point for all allies, fair enough. When entering combat, advances the wearer's action by 40%. So it's a built-in Von Whack. That's very funny. And grants the wearer new melody for 2 turns. While the wearer has new melody, all ally speed increases by 20%. What? She can only get this by entering combat? That's not good. Unless I'm missing something. Nice. That's not very good. So at the start of combat, she buffs the entire team's speed, but after she takes 2 turns, it's gone. And she has no way to get it back? What do you mean she can't get this back? I don't know how to feel about that. Like, yeah, obviously the speed is good at the start of battle, but you're gonna lose it. Well, like, yes, initially she's gonna use her ult and she's not gonna take turns. That's fine. But after the first rotation, she is gonna take a turn eventually. So yeah, you have to kill within Robin's first ultimate duration rotation. It's not her ult, it's her whatever thing. Her enhanced state rotation. When she exits the field. Because the next time she comes back on field, she's losing this speed buff. And like 20% speed, it's not the craziest thing in the world. It's just weird that... Is there any other light cone that gives a buff that you can't refresh? I don't know, that's weird. That must get changed. That's so weird. And not good. Anyway. What was Aventurine's stats on his icon? Okay. Aventurine's base attack is... I don't know, his attack stats are pretty low. Maybe that probably means most of his damage scaling is gonna come from his elation scaling still. Why don't we... What's all this? Why don't we take a look at Evanescia to compare? Evanescia, Evanescia, Silverwolf. We can get rid of Silverwolf. Oh yeah, Evanescia has 700 base attack. Aventurine has 400 base attack. Huh? Okay, Evanescia's skill scaling is 300%. Okay, so Evanescia does have higher attack scaling, and we all know Evanescia's attack scaling is, like, not real. Her ult is 160% attack scaling. His is 400%, so it's a bit better. I don't know. Her elation damage scaling on her ult is 24%. 28% bouncing 5 times, right? This is 5 bounces. Oh, her attack scaling is still higher because the 120% bounces 5 times, right? How many extra bounces does her ult get? Somewhere. 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 Where is it? Okay, when it's single target, she gets 3 extra bounces. No, 4 extra bounces. Renew Force Harlequin. We'll get there. We'll get there. I need to compare Aventurine stuff. I'm invested in Aventurine. So she gets 9 bounces at this hit. So that's like 280% scaling. Obviously much higher scaling than his skill in ult. But his elation skill is where more of his damage comes in. 150% to 10%. 360% elation scaling.
Nice.
But she's theoretically spamming this more often. But Aventurine's team does a lot of damage too. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Aha is faster than I'm giving it credit for. And that's where a lot of the damage comes from. Because Evanescia spams her ultimate a lot, but maybe I'm not giving enough credit to how much Aventurine spams Aha, right? Is probably what it is. Yeah. After a teammate uses an attack, increases Aha speed by 25. So 5 attacks between Ashfell and Mortblade, or Triby, that's an instant 125 speed to Aha. Yeah, he probably spams Aha more than I'm giving him credit for. And it, like, equalizes out with how much Evanescia spams her ultimate. In which case, I can see these being pretty equal. Yeah. Check events Litecoin art. Well, I can't show it on stream, but we'll check it eventually. Let's check the 4-star Litecoins while the... I can't show... I don't want to show the art on stream. Maybe the art isn't on gacha base. Nope, it is. It is. It absolutely is. It's okay. It was just a brief look. Oh, why are we posting the art in the leaks feed? Hello? Okay, it's fine. Where are the light cones? Do we not have them on my leaks feed? Okay, I'll have to go idle screen. I'll go HSR screen while I look. Okay, Aventurine with his abs out, indeed. Oh my god, the ass shot too. And then Robin, oh, she looks so good with her guitar. Robin SP is an RMC replacement. It does look that way, yes. And then the Lycone art, Pearl, okay. Oh my god, Aventurine E6 art with the armpit out. Oh my god. Is that armpits for free at Aventurine's E6? Oh my god, it's all over the screen too. That's some crazy Gunnar bait art. I mean, I'm pulling, but that's kind of crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna read the 4-star light cones off stream because I can't show the art on stream. This is what is this? Oh, a hunt light cone. Increases the bearer's attack by 12%. After the wearer uses follow-up attack, increases their crit damage by 3%. So 30% crit damage, 12% attack. If you can S5 it, then it's 24% attack and 50% crit damage. That's good for Ashvale. And then it's a elation light cone. Increases the wearer's elation by 20%. When the wearer uses an elation skill, ignores 16% of the target's defense if you can superimpose it. Which is fine. Aventurine, once again, overcapping on Death Shred. I guess once you get too much Death Shred on Aventurine, you just don't run the Death Shred set. Right. Robin SP is mid for the characters that she wants to support. Well, I'm not going to make any conclusions yet. Please, the link to what? If you want the art, just go to... I'll link Nanoka. Sure. Which set would you run on Waven on Ashblade team? Are you gonna have his light cone? Or are you gonna run the new light cone? Yeah, the death traces on Aventurine is kind of awkward. Who would be healer for Aven, Blade Ashvale? Hyacinth or Huohuo or Linksha. You're gonna go easier S1, then just run the Death Shred set. E1 looks very good, yeah. There's no new set. No. Animation leaks should be in a few hours. Yeah, Robin's Eidolons. Listen, I was thirsting over Aventurine Eidolons, but that's not to take away from Robin's Eidolons. Robin's Eidolons look very cute as well. I'll definitely test Robin SP with Finon. You can click the scroll bar in your mouse to open it in a new tab. Yeah, I vaguely knew that, probably. His E1 does look really good, yeah. Check the anomaly. Oh, yeah, we can check the endgame. There's no mock for 4.5 on Nanoka, despite all the other endgames having new resets for 4.5. This might mean patch 4.5 is shorter, I see. Where is Event SP getting any form of Death Shred Death Ignore? From Ashblade, and from the Relic set. He reaches 90 without anything in his kit. Nice. So he's already at risk of overcapping at 90. Make that reaction a donation? Which one? Endgame. What does his light cone do? Is it good for Elation team? Yeah, his light cone just gives a ton of stats. 18 crit rate, 20% speed, 36% elation. And he converts speed to elation as well. So pretty good. And yeah, I'm kind of changing my mind on his E6 with spamming his ultimate. Cause he's definitely an energy rope character. For sure, 1000% an energy rope character. So, but the weird thing is, he's anti-synergistic still with Ash. Because Blade Z2 buffs damage percent. But he doesn't care about damage percent. Because most of his damage is coming from elation damage. Which doesn't benefit from the buffs from Blade Z2. So I think Blade's E2 is very similar to Everknight's E2 in a Casterus team. In a Casterus team, like everyone knows how OP Everknight E2 is, and everyone knows how OP Mortonax Blade E2 is. But in a Casterus team, Everknight's E2 becomes way lesser priority because Everknight's not the main damage there. Nice. It looks to be the same thing for Aventurine. Mortonax Blade Z2 comes way lower priority in an Aventurine team because it's not buffing Aventurine. Just like Everknight's E2 isn't buffing Casterus. It's only buffing Everknight and Blade's personal damage on the team. So, yeah. It's interesting. But Blade's E2 is still good because it lowers his follow-up attack count. So that's where the value of Blade's E2 still comes in. It's just that it's not buffing Aventurine's damage. But it has, obviously, other perks to it. Blade's E2, obviously, still very good. Buffing Ashvale's damage... But like, is it? Not really. I hope his V3 doesn't take his elation skillings out. I wouldn't expect it to. Yes, it is. It's not really. Nice. Ashvale doesn't really care about the initial hit of his ult, getting 75 damage bonus. Aventurine does not get Ashvale follow-up damage, but yeah. Yeah, wait. Yeah, there's a lot of incentive to not run Ashvale. Ashvale's only giving Aventurine 40 crit damage. He cannot give Aventurine 120 crit damage. So he's just straight up losing half of Ashvale's buffs. Damn. Well, I pull his. I'll do testing. After I've tested which teams are better, I'll decide who I'm pulling for. So yeah, it's definitely. It looks like a Tribby angle for sure. Ashvale needed for hit count. Tribby is not far behind in hit count. Does he keep blade buffs? Yes, just not blade Z2. The reason it's weird for Ashvale is because 80% of Ashvale's crit damage buff only applies to follow-ups. But Aventurine doesn't have a single follow-up in his kit. And like, his damage is, he doesn't have anything that says his damage is considered follow-up damage. So like, that's just minus 80 crit damage from Ashvale's kit on Aventurine. He's just not getting it anywhere. So that's awkward. Didn't Leak say Robin was Himiko after sales? Does she work well with her? Robin looks decently universal. Yeah, Aventurine's ult turns into follow-up, but his ult is just not a big part of his damage. I'm not hating Ashvale. I'm just... Am I not being objective here? Hello? I'm objectively saying that Aventurine loses out on 80% of Ashvale's crit damage. That's all. Like, that's an objective statement. That's a factual thing that Aventurine does not get from the Ashvale kit. Isn't all elation skills considered follow-up? No. For instance, Evanesia's Master Fox has to specifically state that it's a follow-up attack. Somewhere. It says it somewhere. Yeah, Evanesia specifically calls her Master Fox a follow-up attack. What's the TLDR on the kits? Were Leaks right? Yes, Leaks were pretty much right. Aventurine is for both elation teams and follow-up attack teams. And, Robin is a decently universal support who seems to have special synergy with Aglaya and Evernight. You think they plan to Nova Flare Topaz? I could see it. Since she gives ER and AA, does that mean Robin can be good with Saber and Gil? Yeah, for sure. She wants... Oh my god, you guys.
Nice.
You're afraid Aventurine might see better results in full elation? Maybe. I could see it. A wording change that changes Evan's elation skill to follow-up tag would buff him? Yes, it would, yeah. Well, it would buff him in Ashvale teams. It wouldn't change anything for him outside of Ashvale teams. Any Nova Flares? No Nova Flares, no. The anti-synergy of Event SP and Ashvale or beat a strat at the fact that they are anti-synergy. I mean, they're still good together because the Death Shred is still nice. And Ashvale, still attacks frequently, which is nice. Can you make a decent Aventurine team by rating the... Yeah, for sure. It's Ashblade or Elation teams. Yeah, that sounds like a good team, Nesatera. That's probably going to be my intended team, Nesatera. Is there a world where you run Yao Guang with M-Blade, I wonder? Yeah, it's not anti-synergy necessarily, it's just not full synergy. I agree with that statement. Do you think Robin is a good generalist? I think she's a decent generalist. I think she's probably not better than Mortonak's Blade as a generalist, is what I would say. So, like, if you were looking to pull a generalist, you'd probably still go Blade. But maybe her personal damage surprises me, even outside of memo teams. Aventurine, best in slot support is Huohuo. Hyacinth and Linksha are good too. Why are you trying to avoid using Ashvale? Because I don't think it's that... okay, I don't think it's bad. I don't want to Doom Post. I need a test. But he's not getting the full buffs from Ashvale. So right now, it looks a little sus to me to pull Ashvale for Aventurine. I'll do a lot of testing, obviously. The attack frequency is big for Mono Elation. He loses Ashfell Shredded for running Tribby, but then he gains everything Tribby gives him, you know? Wouldn't it also be not getting Blade's full buffs? There are some damage percent stuff from Blade that he's losing, but that's not a big deal. Isn't Blade still benefiting too much from Ashfell to replace him? Blade benefits a lot from Tribby too. Like, Ashfell's pretty interchangeable with Tribby, especially when Tribby is E1. But Ashfell brings a lot more personal damage, which is where it can matter. Especially if you need the Ashfell personal damage to clear a wave. So there are definitely scenarios where the Ashfell personal damage can be the difference maker. So I don't want to like tell anyone who pulled Ashfell that they were wrong to pull Ashfell or that it's going to be bad. It's just that on initial first glance, I'm kind of sus on not their synergy, but I'm sus on pulling Ashfell on a rerun for Aventurine if you don't have Ashfell right now. If you already have Ashfell, then you're probably chilling. I wouldn't worry about it too much. In AoE, wouldn't E1 Tribby just always be better? He does... Unlike Ashfell, everything Aventurine does is AoE. So he is always getting the full value from E1 Tribby, unlike Ashfell. Which is interesting. It does raise his value with E1 Tribby. Bounce attacks are basically AoE. Because it bounces 10 times, that's basically AoE. That's a lot of bounces. It's gonna hit everyone. So he's always getting all of Tribby's E1 true damage. Or he's getting more value out of it, rather. I didn't know you had a Twitch? Yeah, I'm over here. Can we talk about Aventurine SP technique, an offensive one overlapping with the Blade one? Yeah, that's weird too. That's true.
Nice.
Robin Birds need to be present on field to give the Vuln, so she may not work with Finance Irene. I would kind of expect that. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it works. But yeah, Blade does have a technique that needs to hit the enemies, and so does Aventurine. That's weird. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but it is weird.
Nice.
Luckily, Blade's technique is not like the biggest deal in the world. So you would just do the Aventurine technique, and then you would just gamble for enemy RNG to hit Blade. Cause like, Blade doesn't need to taunt the enemy with his technique, when you can just reset for enemies to hit Blade. I mean, obviously a lot of people don't hate resetting, but technically, Blade's technique, the only thing it does is it makes it so you have to reset less, and that's all. But in terms of like, full offensive focus, definitely you want to open up with Aventurine's technique.
Nice.
A Robin bonus ability and how it can screw over some HP teams if bad substat RNG. Huh? You're gonna have to elaborate. I don't think it's screwing everything over. Am I happy with the kits? I am happy that Aventurine is for both Elation and follow-up attack teams. I think that's very neat. I'm suspicious of Aventurine's E6, which is relevant to me because I'm gonna have him at E6.
Nice.
Maybe I just go E2, low-key. Because that cone seems bad. Well, at least it's not Robin Light Cone. It could always be worse. It could be the Robin Light Cone. And his Light Cone gives him a lot of stats. I don't think it's bad at all. They mean if any HP scalers attack greater than Robin's, they won't get the crit damage buff? Hold on. If their attack is higher than Robin Samarita's. Robin has, okay, decent base attack. That is weird. Yeah, wait. That's weird. Yeah, wait, that could screw over her characters. If Evernight happens to have higher attack than Robin, which is possible, because Robin's not building attack. So if your Evernight substats rolled more attack percent, unfortunately, Evernight could just not get the buff. What's Evernight's base attack? Evernight. Where are you? I'm done, over here. Evernight, where'd you go? 540, okay, her base attack is lower. It shouldn't happen. You should never be in a scenario where this screws you over, but theoretically, there's a chance that it can screw you over. It shouldn't happen though. It really shouldn't happen. The Robin Lycone has high base attack as well. So like, if you're S1, you should be chilling. You should be chilling. It shouldn't be an issue. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. What is that supposed to do? Wait, which one? Robin looks really good with Aggie for sure, yeah. Definitely I would expect Aggie, Cyrene, Robin to be the premium Aggie team now. I'm looking at Nanoka. I can link it in chat once more. An attack base. No, Beglo. You definitely don't do that. You just balance your substats properly. How good is E2 Dehibitor for Anaxa? Already have E2 Cyrene. Considering there's not much you can invest into for Anaxa, it's fine. But it's not like ideal in terms of the investments other teams have. Hyacinth 2 maybe because HP buffs and she wants a sustain. Yeah. She's definitely good with Hyacinth for sure. Is Cass bad with Robin? It's not that Cass is bad with Robin. It's just that you're never... Oh, I'm on Aventurine. It's just that you're never using Robin's ult on Cass. I mean, you could, but... Cass just isn't getting anything out of the 20 energy. Okay, she's probably good with Cass, but Cass probably has better options, is how I would put it. Isn't Robin E2 Silverwolf 99's old E2? Yes. Is Mono Ment Team dead now that Pearl is predicted to be the... Is Pearl predicted to be the follow-up sustain? I don't think that's true. Can Robin charge up Cyrene fast enough, especially talking about E0? Yeah. Cyrene gains extra stacks from Rem characters at the start of battle, so Robin's already fulfilling that. And Robin's Mema Sprite attacks frequently. It's very fast, so that'll help stack up Cyrene. Robin in Finite Team, I'll have to test what the interaction is like with her Mema Sprite. No, she doesn't attach the Mema Sprite to Finite or anything. It should not work. It should not work. It should definitely not work. Robin should not work with Finite. The Mema Sprite should not stay. Which means she's gonna struggle to get vibe stacks for more Death Shred, right? Does Robin even replace anyone in Mono Rem Team? She can replace Cass. She's not replacing Cass. She's giving you the option to split up your Mema Sprite DPSs. So you can run Cass on one side, and you can run Evernight on the other side. Is what she does. Is a better way of wording it. Yeah, she gains vibes from... Let me just try and see how she gets the vibes again. Spells all, and so as soon as she reaches 12 vibes, she does this. Is Evan SP hungry? No more so than normal Elation characters. He is very fast. So he builds a lot of speed, and he does want to skill every turn. So like decently skill point hungry. You hope they give Evan more Asheville synergy in V3? Yeah, I don't know. They would have to change a lot. Can Robin work with Cassie and Evernight? If so, who does she replace on the team? She can replace the Cyrene. I mean, it's Cassie, Evernight, Hyacinth, right? And then the last slot is just Robin. Why is Aventurine good for Elation team? Just dual, It's just because he gains a lot from his... Most of his damage comes from his Elation skill. So, Yao Guang's decently nice for that. He definitely does not use Sparksy. Sparksy does nothing for Aventurine. You would never do that. Who's a better generalist, Blade or Robin? It should be Blade. Yeah, I need to check all the ways she gets vibes again. If the character with special guest attacks, Robin additionally gets 1 point of vibe. That's like fine. It's like kind of underwhelming, to be honest. Honestly, I think there's a decent chance Aventurine's team is actually both... Wait, what's his elation clause? What? If he's the only elation character on the team, after a teammate uses an attack, he gains extra stuff. Okay. So if you run Yao Guang, you have to give up on this. But that's kind of fine. Because Yao Guang is also giving him Punchline. And Yao Guang speeds up Aha inherently. And Yao Guang advances Aha or extra turns Aha. I think there's a world where his best team is a mix of follow-up and elation. And you run Blade and Yao Guang together. I think there's a chance. I'm gonna have to test it for sure. But Yao Guang might just be better than Triby there. Depending on how much it's fine to lose this. Which I think it should be fine. And you just get so much elation percent from running Yao Guang. Does Summerado need a sustain? It sounds like it.
Nice.
Sustain helps her stack things faster for sure. He probably won't work with his base form, right? I mean, his base form is just a sustain. So if you need a sustain, you can do it. Possible Yao Guang upscale once again. Yeah. Can we go sustainless mono? Yeah. Sustainless is obviously always a thing. I don't think his kit is confusing necessarily. He's just half for follow-up, half for elation. And then potentially you can mix and match the two, which I think is interesting. I think it's an interesting kit for sure. Okay, there was another thing I was scared of for Ashvale that I've kind of been dancing around mentioning it. Aventurine is pretty sustainless friendly because he can build defense or HP main stats, just like Silverwolf. So Aventurine's gonna be tanky, which means he's probably gonna be fine running the Blade Welt sustainless duo. And Troubles at Death Minor Trace True. Aren't his attack skillings high? They're similar to Evanescia. And we all know Evanescia doesn't really care about attack main stats. So like he's pretty good at running sustainless. And the thing is, if you run, oh god, if you're running Blade and Welt, Ashvale's Depth Shred is not getting much value, especially if you run the Depth Shred relic set on Aventurine. You're just not getting anything out of running Ashvale. Because most of Ashvale's Depth Shred, you're already getting it from Blade and Welt. And then most of Ashvale's crit damage, Aventurine can't even get it. Because he's not doing follow-up attack damage. So... I mean, I promised people not to slander Ashvale, and I'm not trying to. But I'm just, from an objective standpoint, right? Like I feel like I'm being very objective here. From an objective standpoint, I don't know, it's looking a little rough for Aventurine and Ashvale synergy. That's like mainly, and not to push this even more, but like Ashvale has a difficult time in sustainless because he's very frail, right? Ashvale has if you run Elation Aventurine, his Elation skill will go after Yao Guang's. That's good though, so that's good. Yeah. Yeah, Ashvale's as squishy as 4-star Tingyan. But again, this is only sustainless stuff. If you're gonna run a sustain, Ashvale's personal damage should be enough to make him a side grade to other options. I'm just a little sus on how they've designed this character in terms of working with Ashvale. But Ashvale stuff aside, I'm pretty happy with Aventurine's kit. Looks really cool. I really like using follow-up attacks to advance Aha, or to speed up Aha rather. I like the split between Elation teams and follow-up teams. I think it's very interesting. I think his kit in general is very interesting. Follow-up attacks stacking Fervor to launch his Elation skill, and the fact that he has an enhanced Elation skill, I think that's all really interesting. Would Aventurine want to have Quantum set or the Elation damage set? Generally, the Elation set is going to be easier to proc. Because you can run the Elation set outside of Quantum Weak scenarios. Also, he doesn't use the damage percent from the... I'm not saying Ashvale is useless. I think if you already pulled Ashvale, you're chilling. If you have not pulled Ashvale yet, I think you're going to be suspicious about pulling him on a rerun for Aventurine. Is all I'm saying. Again, if you already have Ashvale, you're going to be chilling. Probably. I do need to do testing, but... is his Elation team just Yaoguang EMC sustained support? Yes, but again, Yaoguang plus Mortonak's Blade, I'm kind of expecting to be one of his better teams. So, how much speed does Aven need outside of combat? He has 103. He can get 9 from traces. Yeah, so 112. That's 137 with speed boots. Let's say you roll 6 speed per piece, so 167 out of combat is a pretty good place to start. And then if you have his light cone, that's 20% speed, so like 187. It's very similar to Silverwolf. If you have his light cone, you should aim for upwards of 200 speed, and it should be very doable. And then obviously with his ult, he gets 25% more speed. But you don't really want to take this into account, because I don't know how much you can rely on this. Don't just throw out that number. It's not too difficult to reach. Is Robin the Aggie buff she needed? It does look like it for sure, yes. Event with 18 crit rate on Trace is crazy. Is it 18? It is 18. That's very fun. But the trade-off is that he has a defense Trace over here, which is not helping him. Like, he would rather have this be Elation percent or something. Are the best DPSs for Robin, Evernight, and Aglaya? That's what it's looking like right now, but I'll need to test it out. What about Silverwolf 999, the mono Elation team? Is he a Spark replacement? No. Definitely not a Spark replacement. Yeah. I get you, Hamburger. Is Robin good for Gilbert? She should be decent for them. Is she better than Mortonak's Blade? Sus. How much certified banger stacks do you think Aven will have on average? He's getting 2 punchline from here. How much punchline does he gain from allies? He uses an attack. He gains 1 punchline from follow-ups. Where else does he gain punchline? He gains it somewhere else. Okay, and then if he's solo Elation, he gains 1 punchline from more follow-up attacks. So he gains 2 punchline per follow-up attack. If he's solo Elation. And then that gets converted to certified banger. It's hard to say for solo Elation. Now he does keep certified banger stacks 1 extra turn, which is nice. Yeah, if Pearl the Elation sustain is a shielder, I don't know how I feel about that, because then she wouldn't be able to work with M-Blade.
Nice.
I'll have a video covering what the kits do. Like, today is not going to be a long stream. It's going to be a pretty short stream, because I have to work on a YouTube video for them, but... Please reduce his damage 100% to like 50 and provide more support for Elation teams. Oh, I don't think he's going to be an Elation support. Because a water gun in his render makes sense. I assume that's going to be his Elation skill then, yeah. What does Certified Banger do again? It just buffs your Elation damage. When our animation's coming out, it should be in a few hours, so we're not going to stay live for the animations. What do you think of Robin for Mighty? I don't think she's offering Mighty much, unfortunately. Evanescia and so he's very... I don't know about very similar to Evanescia, but he does remind me of Evanescia for sure. Yeah. Robin render on Reddit, alright. Yeah, makes sense that he has a water gun in his animations. It's kind of what we were expecting. Any more Asheville Center from you? I might make a video discussing it, but I'll be diplomatic about it, don't worry. What is the defense doing? Yeah, it's a little silly. His E1 looks really good, I will say. Check anomaly? Yeah, 1 sec. I wanna look at his energy rotation generally. Obviously, he's starting with 70 energy. He can skill twice in pretty fast succession if he builds fast. So 60 energy. But he builds ER rope, right? So on average, 30 plus 30
Nice.
Let me bring out the calculator. 90, obviously, in a 3-turn rotation. How many elation skills are we assuming he's getting? Let's assume he gets... Well, he only does this once. No, it depends on how fast Aha is moving. Let's assume he gets 2 elation skills. And he gets 2 enhanced elation skills. And he gets 1 ultimate for the 5 energy from the ult. 115 times 1.194. He has to get hit 1 time to have a 3-turn ultimate rotation. Might be doing 4 elation skills on E0 or 6. Well,
Nice.
it depends on how he refreshes this, right? Because, like, I think this only happens 1 time. And then he can't trigger this again until Aha. So I think he's only triggering this the same amount of times as he's triggering Aha. I think. Otherwise, the wording on the E1 would be weird. It's the E1 phrasing that makes it weird. Yeah, well, he speeds up Aha, so he needs to wait for Aha to take a turn with Aha's faster speed before he can trigger this again.
Nice.
Is his E1 similar to Ava E1? Kind of, in that he gets an extra elation skill very often. Aha is still slow. Even well, Aha gets sped up the more follow-up attacks you do, so it's not that bad. Aha will hover around 200 average speed, which is similar to Aventurine. But yeah, in a cycle, I'm just gonna assume Aha gets 2 hits, which means Aventurine gets 2 hits of his regular elation skill and 2 hits of his enhanced elation skill. So yeah. Under conservative assumptions, Aventurine gets 137 energy per rotation, which is 3 energy short of 140. So as long as he gets hit 1 time, then he'll have a 3-turn rotation, which means he actually will have 100% uptime on his ultimate. And then it goes without saying, how's it with 3 hits? 3 skills plus 4 elation skills is what I'm assuming he gets 4 elation skills. And then you run an energy rope on him, because he doesn't need any other main stats on the rope. And then with his E1, the E1 can make that a 2-turn rotation. Do you even care about having a 2-turn ult rotation with him, though? I guess you do for his E6, because his E6 needs to ult twice, but... I mean, the E1 just increases the elation skills, which increases his energy. Attack, he doesn't need attack stats. Most of his damage does not scale off attack. Does Robin work for Himika or nah? She seems decently generalist, but probably not better than Morton X Blade is the thing. We did finish the Robin discussion. She looks garbage for Monorem, no cap. She doesn't do as much for Casterus, I can agree. For Evernight, it looks pretty decent. Yeah, at this point, give Robin SP DDD, even though she ain't. She literally has an action advance in her kit. She does not need DDD. Yeah, Lingsha has always been pretty decent for the Ashblade team. So definitely, I would expect Lingsha to be decent here as well. Can you run Evernight Lycone on Robin? Probably. It's just pretty general. Does Evernight Lycone require... Okay, I'm scared to look at the Lycones, though. If Evernight Lycone requires the Memesprite to die, Robin's Memesprite does die, actually, so it's probably chilling. Is it better than just running Cast with Evernight, though? I'll have to test it to see. Event SP can be played with your Queen Essia? No, I wouldn't do that. He doesn't have any buffs for Evan Essia in his kit, so... Her damage will just be a lot lower. And I believe she does not get her Certified Banger, because Aventurine's Elation ID is higher than hers. So he's not feeding her energy either. And when he's duo Elation, he's also getting less punchline, so... Yeah, which equates to less Certified Banger for Evanescia. So seems like pretty bad anti-synergy between Evanescia and Aventurine. What about Robin with Evanescia? Shouldn't be that good. Okay, how does she get Vibe again? When an ally target uses an attack, or when providing healing... Okay, Evanescia doesn't attack that frequently. So you're not getting that many vibes. Honestly, a lot of her vibes seem to come from Hyacinth, no? Like, how else is she getting vibes? When Robin receives healing, they gain 12 groove. The first time she gains vibes each turn. If she has groove, she consumes 1 stack of groove in returns. Oh, this is just energy, though. This isn't vibe stacks. I don't know. Vibe stack generation looks a little low. Like, are you really hitting 50 vibe? EMC good for Aventurine? Yeah, Robin's energy is gonna be pretty good. Wait, can she ult while she's in the... She will not enter her turns or take action. But it doesn't say she's locked out of her ultimate. Which means she can probably keep using her ult while she's like this. I think. Probably. Robin E when it fixes the thing. Yeah, I mean, it's good for sure. She's in a state and can't do anything until... But it doesn't say she can't do anything, right? Yeah, I'll check the anomaly. Does Robin work better with Evernight or Casterus? She should work better with Evernight, but I don't want to make any confident claims until I've tested it. Her Remembrance Right skill gens 20 energy and has 3 of them. Wait. No, I assume it's just 20 energy once. I assume it's not 60 energy. That would be too crazy, right? Yeah, her vibe generation looks low. Like, is Evernight giving her that many vibes? Like, probably not. You think Robin would be good in Casterus Mema split with Blade? Probably you would put Robin with Evernight and then give Casterus the other teammates.
Nice.
You feel so bad for Sunday? We'll see. Sunday Nova Flare, trust. If you ult Evernight, is she the special guest? She doesn't attack though. Yeah, that's weird. The wording is weird. I'm not sure how it's gonna work. We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah, Seal, you're fine. You're fine. Especially since Ashvale's E1 buffs Aventurine more, which helps. Her ult also doesn't work on Evernight. The ult wording is to prevent RMC stuff. Her ult should work on Evernight. Well, we don't know how the special guest thing works on Evernight, yeah. Gil Blade seems saved? Girl, Gil has to compete against Tribby before he can compete against Aventurine. Gil has to make it past the Tribby part of the gauntlet before he can even enter the Aventurine part of the gauntlet. Yeah, the Fallen Guard, that looks to be about everything she's providing, but that's under the assumption that she can comfortably hit 50 vibe, which I don't know if she can.
Nice.
Depending on the team. Maybe Aglaya can, but I don't know about Evernight. And before Aventurine is also fighting the Tribby Gauntlet? Maybe. I don't know, they both look pretty good. Aventurine is a character that I mean, both of them are characters that I'm gonna need to see in gameplay. But Aventurine, like, particularly, I need to see how often he's elation skilling and aha instanting in different team setups to judge how good he is. Based on scaling, and based on, theoretically, how much he can spam stuff, he looks like he could be similar to, Evanescia in performance. Assuming he spams things decently frequently, which I'm assuming he is. I mean, Sunday's not being used with any of these characters for sure, yeah. Oh, how does Aventurine's E2 play into this? And additionally grants 2 points of fervor after using skill. The weird part about his E2 is that the fervor is only on Aventurine's own stuff. And he only stops consuming fervor at E6. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not seeing the vision. Maybe he stacks fervor faster than I'm expecting. But the E2 looks a little underwhelming. Is Aventurine good as a sub DPS for relation? No, he has to be the main DPS. He doesn't do anything as a sub DPS. Yeah, the E1 looks really good. I'm just not sure about the E2. The E2 could be better in practice. Because if he is comfortably hitting the max 50, then that's an extra 20 bounces, right? Which is a lot. That's an extra 300% scaling on his elation skill if he's comfortably maxing out his E2. So really, I just need to see it in practice. Aventurine, ERR rope, yes. Energy rope on Aventurine, absolutely, for sure. Don't think I even need to test it to say it. Maybe it's worded badly and it's like E2 Evernight doubling. Yeah, if this doubles... If this doubles the fervor he gets from allies too, then that's really, really good. That's really strong. But right now, it seems to only be on his own actions, which is kind of... Which set on Aventurine? So it's interesting. Let me go to the relic sets. Where is Genius? Genius. Okay, so baseline is going to be Ever Glorious Magical Girl, right? This is the Elation relic set. All the Elation characters use it. 16 crit damage, 20 def ignore. It's good. This is baseline what you're going to run on Aventurine. You can also run Genius, the good old Quantum set. It's the same amount of def ignore as the Magical Girl set, but with the Magical Girl set, you need to ramp up the max def ignore. With the Quantum set, you don't need to ramp up the def ignore, but it only works when enemies are Quantum weak. So, you know. Your mileage may vary. They both have conditions, right? This needs Quantum weak. This needs to be ramped up, so you're not starting out with the max def ignore, but you'll get it eventually. Now, the interesting option is Diviner. If you're in a team where you're already reaching max def shred, which, for example, Mortonek's Blade gives 30 def shred. If you have E4 Aventurine, I guess, that's 18% def shred. If you're running with Welt, with Ashvale, maybe, there are ways to max out his def shred without running one of the def shred relic sets. And in that case, Diviner becomes a very real option. It's just 18% free crit rate and 10% free elation, since he's building fast anyway. The 2-piece for speed is also good for him. Def shred caps at 100%, yeah. So if you're hitting 100 def shred without either of these relic sets, then you're gonna run Diviner, and I think it's really interesting. Aven would ramp up fast with his technique, though. His technique gives Certified Banger, correct? Yeah, his technique gives Certified Banger, not Punchline. There's a difference. Ever Glorious needs Punchline, not Certified Banger. So his technique does not help with this, unfortunately. He'll need the natural Punchline from his skill, which is 2 Punchline, and he'll need the natural Punchline from ally follow-up attacks. I mean, it doesn't need to be ally follow-up attacks, just any ally attacks, but follow-up attacks are the best way to, you know. What Eidolons get bricked by the def shred cap? Aventurine's E4 is definitely one of the first ones that come to mind. Which set for Robin SP? That's interesting. Whereas, not unfortunate. Master Smith would have been so good on her. But I don't think she can trigger it because of how her def shred is phrased. When ally targets deal damage, they ignore. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. This would have been perfect. You definitely would have wanted to use Master Smith. I hope they change that so she can use Master Smith. Otherwise, probably just Diviner. Since Diviner can stack. But is she basic attacking or skilling? Okay, I guess once per turn. I guess it's fine. She's not skilling while her Mema Sprite is on field, no? Okay, I guess she has to... Yeah, she ramps up her Mema Sprites. So Bessie will always be on field. Yeah, Deliverer. Bessie will be on field to start out with, so she will be able to trigger this, thanks to Bessie. Everyone say thanks, Bessie. So yeah, it should be fine, Does Van Light Cone buff permanently? Looks like Silver Wolf 99 can benefit from it. Yeah, it looks pretty good for Silver Wolf. I agree. When the rare uses Annihilation skill gains hype. Wow, that's so... You know what's so funny? The duality between Aventurine and Robin's Light Cone. Aventurine Light Cone, there is no turn limit for his buff. So as soon as he gets the buff, it's permanent. Like, it doesn't tick down. Meanwhile, Robin's Light Cone, the buff only lasts 2 turns, and then you can never get it back. Which is so weird for a signature Light Cone. The duality, the contrast between their Light Cone's turn buffs, turn buffs, buff uptime, rather, is very interesting, to say the least. Apparently, Robin Light Cone is perma uptime because when in Fever, she doesn't take turns, and realistically, she never leaves the Fever state. What do you mean, realistically, she never leaves the Fever state? I don't know if I buy that. She's forced to leave the Fever state. It has a speed of 140. So, like, she can't stop herself from leaving the Fever state. It's gonna happen. It has a 140 speed. Which is... What's the speed of Mortonax Blades is also 1... No, Mortonax's Blades speed is 70, right? The Fever State is double the speed of Mortonax Blades. So, she's leaving this for sure. Wait, the countdown is reaching the 134 speed breakpoint, true. The 140 speed is when they eat the... I don't think so. Wait. Okay, we need to... Yeah, we do need clarification. Do they lose their vibes when the countdown takes action? Or do they lose their vibes when they take action? Because the Memesprites have a lot of speed. So when they take a turn, do they lose the vibes? Or do they only lose the vibes when the countdown takes a turn? I don't think it's clear from the wording. I think it would make sense if she only loses vibes on the 140 speed. Because the Summer Songbirds are they're so fast. Like, they take turns so fast. They're eating up the vibe stacks so fast. Which is why I was sus on her vibes generation. It seems like it's both the countdown and their turn? That would not be good. Yeah, the Songbirds are still in the action bar, no? So, like... Yeah, we need wording clarification. I think it makes sense if they only lose their stacks on this speed. That would make her kit make a lot more sense. For sure. We can see I don't think we're doom posting. I think we just need clarification on the characters. Which, you know, it says when their turn starts. Yeah, but they have their own turns too, right? Or do they lose their own turns when you enter the fever state? Like, does it get rid of their normal turns and it only gives them this turn? That could be it, I guess. Yeah, we know Robin loses her turn, but we just need to know exactly how it interacts with the birds. We need to doom post Robin's Light Cone. True, so true. Yeah, I have not looked at AA yet, but if so, then why countdown? The countdown would just be to make sure you exit it, but that's a pretty fast countdown. Like, you would exit it really fast, so that wouldn't make much sense. The countdown being the thing that reduces her vibes, Burrito, that would make a lot of sense to me, yeah. It's not worded well if that is the case, but that would make sense. Can't Aventurine technically use Eagle Von Whack? Eagle's probably fine on him, yeah. Raid Zero, thank you so much for raiding. Welcome, Raiders. Now, hold on. We are covering leaks, Raiders. So be aware of that if you don't want to look at kit leaks. No story leaks whatsoever, so you don't need to be concerned for that. But if you don't want to know the kits for the Summer Robin and Summer Aventurine, you can tune out now. Thank you so much for tuning in, though. But just, you know, protect yourself. But we are looking at leaks. What were you streaming today, Zero? I would love to know how your stream went. I'm not going to be streaming too much longer because I need to work on a YouTube video covering the leaks and summarizing the kits for people. But if anyone has questions, we can briefly go over them. There's no way to extend the timer like Fireflies. Technically, as long as she keeps gaining extra vibes. No, okay, but like, she could stay in her ult forever if this is when she loses the vibe stacks. If she gains vibes faster than she loses them, yeah, she could stay in this forever. Which I guess that makes her light cone fine. Basically, it means the light cone punishes you if you're not able to keep the vibe stacks up. And that means she definitely can use her ultimate in the fever state. Would that really be so bad? No, I just had to think about it for a second. I don't think it's that bad. I think it makes a lot of sense, actually. What do you think has the biggest chance to change in V3? Definitely, we're gonna get wording changes. Why does Event's background assets have planets? Who knows? Who's the best teammate for Robin SP? She looks to be made with Aglaya and Evernight in mind. If you have 200 speed, the Mem Sprite has 360 speed? Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Pull her light cone to use another planner? Yeah, her light cone does have built-in Von Mac, which is very funny. Over here. In 300 AV, Robin can re-ult once. Yeah, if she needs to. E1's vibes cap increase and vibes gain, gonna make her fever state permanent. Yeah, she's probably reliant on the E1 to make it permanent. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Nice.
Yeah. And how much does it increase her def shred? 10% more def shred? Okay. And a bit more, 20% more crit damage from the extra vibes, if she's hitting max vibe. Sounds good, Zero! Thank you so much for the raid, and I'm glad to hear your stream went well. Did you say your stream went well? I actually didn't see, but thank you so much. Have a good night. The 20% speed is only for 2 turns and then never again. Yes! Yes, but realistically, ideally, Robin should never be taking 2 turns. So she should never run out of this. Nice, Zero. Very nice. Already starting on the new AA viewer clears grind. I respect it. Will Dev bring her back at V3 or not? We'll see. Bring who back? Overall, really interesting kits. She doesn't even buff Mema Sprites, and Evernight does not act often enough for Robin SP. Yeah, she is kind of relying on Hyacinth to give her vibe stacks. I agree. It's also... Oh, this is Aventurine. It's also unclear if... Where is her? It's unclear if Evie counts as the special guest. I don't know what to think of this. Top 3 teams you think that work with Robin SP? Evernight, Aglaya, Loki? Is she good as a main DPS? She might be. Does Waven's kit give us any hints about future mono men's team sustain? Not really. You wouldn't be surprised if Aventurine has an infinite anywhere? Yeah, with E1. Because E1 lets him launch more elation skills outside of his own turn. He probably doesn't. Verdict Hemanova? It's probably not better than Tribby, though. Like, he's probably not unlocking any infinites that don't already exist with Tribby. Robin should get stacks for every Himiko assist skill. Yeah, but like, how often are you Himiko assist skilling if Robin is on the team, you know? Why his stat bonus have death? Because sometimes Hoyo likes to be silly. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Why doesn't Event benefit from Blade E2? He doesn't benefit... Okay, let me go to Blade E2. So we can look at it together. Blade's E2 gives 75% damage bonus. But Aventurine doesn't care about damage bonus. Because most of his damage comes from elation damage. Just like Evanesia. So the damage bonus isn't doing anything. Now, Blade's E2 is still good. Because it buffs Blade's damage. And it makes Blade charge his follow-up faster. So it's not like Blades E2 is bad with him. It's just that Aventurine isn't getting the full value from Blades E2. Which is, you know, it's fine. Did you say main DPS Robin? She does decent damage, okay? Her Member Sprites move often. This is a pretty good multiplier. Like, her damage is gonna be pretty good. What if Event is changed to defense scaling? I don't think it changes anything. Like, he doesn't scale off of attack. He's not attack scaling. He's not anything scaling. He's elation. Speed scaling, obviously, because he converts speed into elation, but yeah, Blade E2 does not buff elation, which is why you're not getting the full value out of it. Which again is like fine. High code, it's like fine because you're also in a cast team. You're also not getting the full value of Evernight E2. I mean, you are, but it just doesn't matter as much in a cast team. Like Evernight E2 is mainly for her own personal damage. That's not doing much in a I mean, it is doing something in a cast team, but it's not buffing cast at all. Similarly, Mortonak's Blade E2 isn't buffing Aventurine at all. That doesn't make it bad. It's still good in the team. But, you know. E1 or E2 for Evernight? I mean, they're both good. They should make Aventurine's elation skill count as follow-up attack. They could do that. I don't think it would let it get buffs from Ashvale, which would be nice. Yeah. Should you go E2 Robin instead of E2 Evernight? Before I make any, like, confident claims about character strength and synergies, give me a few days so I can test the characters. I will be testing the characters personally, and then I will make a follow-up YouTube video with my updated thoughts on the characters after I've tested them. So please, please, please keep an eye out on the YouTube channel. I don't want to make any big, bold claims right off the bat until I've tested. Yeah, right now it's just first impressions on the kits and how interesting they seem. Aventurine's ult attacks, so there's some synergy, but his ult doesn't, his ult is not his main source of damage, so it's kind of whatever. Can I get you E2 Evernight right now then? I don't think we're gonna be doing any of that today. Do we kick out Sunday for Robin and Aglaya teams? You kind of already did, but now definitely yes. Can we talk about Robin E2? Let me remind myself what it does. Yeah, it's a Cypher ult. It is pretty good for sure. Plus current vibe stacks times 1.1%. So if she has 70 vibe stacks, that's 7%. I mean, it's just like...
Nice.
Yeah, it's a mini Tribute E1. It's not quite on the level of Tribute E1, but it's similar. Your Ashbell is E1, so basically you said you have best investment. E1 Ashbell is good, yeah. It deals the damage to the highest HP enemy? Yeah, like Tribute E1. Yeah. Interesting stuff, interesting stuff. I don't think we're gonna... Oh, we need to check the end game. Someone said there's no mock reset, so let's just check the others.
Nice.
Okay. What's in Pure Fiction? Punchline buffs, elation buffs, more... Oh, no, those aren't... Those are the season effects. Elation damage buff, aha speed, general vulnerability, Mem Sprite buff, okay. Is Robin Lightcone that good for her personal damage? Where is it? No, not really, no. It's only 30% HP and high base HP. Other than that, it doesn't give her many offensive stats, so definitely not. So for event, E0, S1, E1, S1, or E1, S0. Yeah, it's weird. Aventurine's E1 looks very, very good. But he's an elation character. He doesn't have access to great elation light cones. I mean, Mushy's fine. But just by proxy of being an elation character, he kind of wants the light cone. I'm obviously wait for me to test it. But both look pretty important. The new 4-star... Oh, do we know how we get the new 4-star one? You're right, Suna. I just don't know how we get it.
Nice.
Like, is it a battle pass light cone or what is it? Is it free to play? If it's free, then that one's really good, for sure. And then, in which case, you would probably go for his E1. If the new elation light cone is free. Might be event. That would be really good. E1 or E2 Robin for Evernight. I mean, obviously E2 is just gonna be better than E1, but let me test it first. Can you skip and go all in on Himiko? Let me get some testing first. I'll have a follow-up video with my more in-depth thoughts on them once I've tested them. Right now, it's just first impressions. Let's check out the end game. This is Pure Fiction. It's... What? Okay, there's Hule. Wait, what is... Oh, True Sting. I'm dumb. I was looking past them. True Sting, Ilwish, and Hule is the Pure Fiction lineup. Okay. I guess they want you to run Aventurine against True Sting because it's Quantum Week. Could Event use a Silver Wolf 99 Light Cone? He's not getting the full buff from it because you have to target yourself with the ultimate to get the full buff from Silver Wolf 999 Light Cone. But it should be doable. Like, it's usable, but not ideal. I just don't want to look at the Light Cones because we're gonna show the Light Cones on stream and I can't do that. Investment prio for post Aventurine follow-up. E2 more, I assume. Yeah, it's good. E2 more isn't getting the full value, but it's still good just because it's inherently a good Eidolon. Anyway, these look okay for me. I can find on Ilwish. Well, when does this come out? Will I have Aventurine? I mean, I can just Zila, Finon, and Axa. I'll be chilling for my account. This is APOC. Dispels character rebuffs and activates ultimates. Okay, so it's an alt activating APOC. Increases skill damage taken by ally targets, inhalation. Okay. It is the deer. Is this the first time the deer is in APOC? Why is Nanoka recommending Quantum Orb for Aventurine? Don't ask me, girl. What do they recommend for Evanescia? They recommended Attack Orb for Evanescia. Don't, like, listen to Nanoka. Not that Attack Orb's bad, but it's not doing much. So, like, there's really no reason to recommend it. Where was I? Yeah, is this the first time the deer is here? Skill and ult damage by all allies by 30%. Decreases wind res and lightning res. What is this? Is that Saber and Gilgamesh finally getting a shield buff? That's crazy. Oh, that's so crazy. They finally remembered Gil Saber were characters. Fair enough. I mean, they deserve to be shielded. Nanoka is in Hoyo's side. They're trying to make us pull Eidolons through. What do you think about Robin's potential in sustainless Silver Wolf 9 teams? Probably would just run more to next blade, is what I think.
Nice.
And then elation damage increase. Fair enough. Oh, that's one thing Aventurine didn't have. Aventurine doesn't have any way to help with toughness damage in APOC. So I'm a bit frightened for him there. I hope they change his E4 to, like, ignore all weakness types for my Aventurine. That would be really nice. Otherwise, he can get locked out of APOC matchups, which is a little sus. We'll do the bingo after we look at the endgame. Would Evernight's Light Cone work for Robin? Remind me, does Evernight's Light Cone need her Mema Sprite to disappear? I don't think it does, so it should work. Would Robin be good for Aventurine? She could be decent. Okay, Fei Xiao's back in APOC. Fine on food. Break damage buff, Mema slot buff, and dot buff. Oh, this is the really good Heislin's buff too. Okay, Heislin's is eating. Is Aventurine SP good with Ashblade? Yes. And then Sparksicon is back. Elation damage increase. It's the same buff as the Ebon Deer. What are guesses for Robin SP's teams? Aglaya and Evernight. When allies consume skill points. Okay, whatever. Archer buff, I guess. That's good. And then, oh, a Finon buff. That's nice. No mock? I believe I was told there was no mock update, right? Yeah, this is the same. This is not new. Okay.
Nice.
Isn't Robin wind? There's not a single wind weak enemy for Robin? Huh. And in pure fiction, there's Huli, I guess. Aventurine doesn't have res pen, only in his E1. Oh, Robin needs the Memesprite to disappear for the energy, but that's fine. She should be fine on energy regardless. Robin's Memesprites are attacking. And they're doing wind toughness damage, which would help. But there's no wind weaknesses for her, so it's kinda whatever. Any info on 4.5 reruns? No. Isn't there wind res reduction? Yeah, but like... Are you running a Robin team against this? You know? I guess you could. I don't know. Do you think Robin may be best for Himenova if assist skills can stack Robin? I don't know if I would expect Robin to be better than Mortonak's Blade for Himenova is the only thing. Isn't 2 parts of Facia have wind weakness? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And this is the Memesprite buff. So yeah, I guess you're meant to run it against Facia. Gameplay leaks are a few hours out still. Thoughts on Robin Ava team? What is she offering, Ava? Yeah, Ashblade definitely pretty good up here for the fire weakness. I mean, Ashblade's really good into Face Out too for fire and lightning. Although Ashvale being single target is another thing. Yeah, Robin's good for Aglaya for sure. And let's check Anom. Let's not check the king. Let's check Knight 1 first. Enemy targets have 20 stacks. Each stack reduces enemy targets taken by 2%. They lose 1 stack each time they're attacked. Stacks of this will reset during boss enemy phase transitions. Okay, so you have to attack frequently. Oh, and it's weak to the Ashblade team. It's weak to Fire for Blade, Lightning for Ashvale, and Quantum for Aventurine. Clearly we all know what they're pushing, right? Yeah, Archer is good here too, for sure. A Lighthouse. I don't know what this enemy is. Robin could work with Finon, maybe? I don't think so. I'll have a YouTube video summarizing their kits, so just keep your eyes out for that. I'm not gonna go over all of it again. But basically, Robin seems like a buff for... Robin's like a... RMC 2.0, basically. She has an action advance. She has a lot of general buffs, and her Memesprites do good sub-DPS damage. Yeah. And then Aventurine's mix between an Elation character and a follow-up attack character. So he does do mostly Elation damage, but he benefits from frequent attacks on his team. Anyway. Knight 2. Each time an enemy target is attacked by allies, damage taken by decreases by 2%, crit damage decreases. Oh, another follow-up attack shilling debuff. Okay. And it's weak to Mortonak's Blade and Aventurine. But this one's like fine for Elation teams because AHA slot. So obviously it's for Elation teams. And to be honest, Sparksy is one of the better Elation chilling bosses. She's nowhere near as bad as Pom Pom, so I think we're fine with that. Is Robin SP better than Emblade on Evernight DPS team? I would expect her to be, but wait for me to test it, please, before I say whether something's better or not. And then Knight 3 is... Huh. For every 1% HP the enemy target loses, reduces crit damage dealt to them by 3%. Oh, it's just 12 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these. So it's a pure fiction stage. More fire weakness. Everything's fire weak. So Mortonak's Blade is just eating really good. And honestly, the follow-up attack team is good into every 3 Knight. Which is kind of crazy that they're all good for the follow-up team. Because this is a pure fiction stage, so it's good for them as well. And yeah, it's definitely dot chilling. Has Heislin's reran yet? This could be a Heislin's reran 4.0, I think. I could see a Heislin's rerun. Yeah, it's all Fire Week for Mortonak's Blade. Ashvale rerun makes a lot of sense too, for sure. And then King of Check. Yep, hi. Iron Tomb! Hemovore! Oh my god. All right, well, they don't want you running Sustainless. Watch Himivore be in every king and check from now on to, like, discourage Sustainless stuff against the king. I mean, Finon's chilling, but that's still... that's funny. It is Quantum Week for Aventurine, so that's nice, I guess. I don't know. And then skills. Enemy targets initially have 20 stacks. Okay, so you just have to attack frequently for the... Okay. We'll probably have the Cyrene assist thing, though, so it's kind of chilling. Is Himiko even good into this? Because, I don't know, you would think we'd be shielding Himiko?
Nice.
Oh, let me look at the buffs. Increases ally targets elation by 40% and increases all type rest pen of elation damage by 20%. Doubled when using an elation skill. Wow, that's good. At the start of an ally target's turn, all ally targets regenerate 25% energy. Okay, it can only be triggered one time per battle. Okay, I was like, what? Increases skill and ult damage dealt by ally targets by 40%. Okay. Increases the speed of all ally targets by 10% and increases the speed of Cyrene's support by 25%. Okay. This looks like it could be very underwhelming, but we'll see. Do we know what Cyrene support does in Anom? I guess not. I don't know. We'll see. So a one-time 25% energy increase. Is this even, like, who is this good for? I guess I'm only thinking of my own teams. Which buff is the best one for Finon? This one. You don't really care about the energy, because Finon teammates, like, they get energy from Finon's technique anyway. But, I mean, it's the only thing that gives him damage bonus, so, like, you know. It's better than nothing. None of them are great for Finon. Oh, Gil Saber? I could see that. Will we have 2 assist skills? Himiko's and Cyrene's? Yes. This is decent for Himiko, that's true. Which is the best for Event SP? Easily Marvelous Laughter. Bar none. Now the rest of his team can't benefit from this if it's M-Blade. But that's fine, because Aventurine is doing most of the damage. If Aventurine runs with Ashblade, you still run this one. Aventurine is still most of the team's damage. Yeah, what am I gonna run? I mean, obviously I just Finon Zero Cycle the King. Phase 3? What do you mean Phase 3? How much HP is this compared to other stuff? Compared to Graphia, Graphia had 32 million.
Nice.
Scaricapaz had 34 million. You have 36 million. Okay, it's not too different, but the 3 phases are just the worst. Are there? Okay, there are no wait, that's good that there are no waves to start with, though. Okay. And there's Cyrene support, yeah. He always had 3 phases, but he's never been in Anom before. They can do whatever in Anom. Aquila also had 3 waves, like, or 3 phases, I guess. Okay. No waves is really good for Finon, actually. So we take those. Will Robin work on a Nexa better than Saridra? No, I would not expect it to. But yeah, each time it switches phases, you have to deal with this. So that is annoying, but at least there aren't multiple waves. Which is bad for Silverwolf, though. So that's unfortunate for Silverwolf. Nice. You don't need Robin SP for him and Nova? Probably not. Let me test it before I give any conclusions. You're glad you didn't pull M-Blade since Robin is a generalist? Well, I think M-Blade might just be a better generalist, but Robin's fine too. Sunday's boss too? Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna find on this, obviously. This one, I can run Zila here, because it's a pure fiction stage. So yeah, probably just run Zila. This stage...
Nice.
I can just find on Sparks the Con, probably. And then Anaxa Cocolia. The promised Pearl should be next patch, surely. Yeah, I think that's my plan. I could Anaxa this stage, I guess. Since they're all quantum weak for Zila. But I'll probably just Zila the Purification stage. So yeah, Zila, Finon, and Axa should be fine. Will you pull Ashblade for event after getting his E6? I need to test Ashblade to see if they're actually good for him, or if his Elation teams are just better. We'll see. Does Robin SP replace Cyrene in Mono Rem? I wouldn't expect her to. I think that's a possibility that she can do. I don't think it's necessarily better, but I think it can be a side grade. Yeah. Basically, I think Robin lets you split your Memasprite teams up. And she's like a side grade to whatever remembrance formation you had. What teams are you going to test with Robin? Definitely all of the Mono Rem team variations with Cass and Evernight. Definitely Aglaya. I'll test her as a generalist, definitely with Himiko. And yeah, maybe some other stuff. I'll test her with Mighty. And then Aventurine, obviously gonna test him with Elation teams. Gonna test him with follow-up attack teams. Different variations of follow-ups. See how much the Ashvale quote-unquote anti-synergy is gonna hurt him and make Tribby better. And then I'll test a mix of the two as well, where we go half follow-up, half Elation with M-Blade and Yaguang. And yeah, I'll try main DPS Robin stuff for sure. Could she work with base Robin? She does not scale off of attack, so base Robin is not giving her much. You think Robin SP will be best for Himiko? I don't, but maybe I'll be surprised, but I don't expect it to be. We'll see. What is the okay, it's not, I shouldn't use the word anti-synergy. It's not anti-synergy between Aventurine and Ashvale. It's just that Aventurine doesn't get Ashvale's full buffs. Cause let me pull up Ashvale's kit. Where is it? Yeah, here. 80% of the crit damage buff from Ashvale is locked behind follow-up attacks. Right? You have to do a follow-up attack for it to count this buff. Aventurine doesn't have a single follow-up in his kit. So Aventurine is just straight up missing on half of Ashvale's buffs. More than half of his crit damage buff. Aventurine does give a lot of stacks to Ashvale, so like they're still good. I think you're completely fine if you pulled Ashvale for Aventurine. Like, you're chilling. But yeah, Aventurine does not get the full buffs. E2 Blade, Aventurine also does not get the full buffs from E2 Blade.
Nice.
Because E2 Blade is 75 damage bonus, which does not work with Aventurine. So Aventurine does not get the full buff from Blade. He does not get the full buff from Ashvale, but they're probably still good enough to make it on the team. What alternatives to Ashvale? Tribby is the first one to come to mind, and Yaoguang is the other one to come to mind. I think combining Yaoguang with Mortonax Blade, and you mix and match the Elation and follow-up attack team together, I think that has a lot of potential for Aventurine. Should you still get Ashvale? Wait for me to test more. I'm a little sus of it though, Cedar. What if E2 Blade, since it makes ult count as follow-up attack? It does. The problem is that Aventurine's ultimate just isn't a lot of his damage. So like, it doesn't really matter that Blade turns his ult into a follow-up attack. You're not relying on Aventurine's ult for damage. Most of Aventurine's damage comes from his Elation skill, not his ultimate. So like, yes, it works with Blade, but it's just not outstanding. No, I think there's still enough synergy with him into the follow-up attack team that it's still very good. It's just that there are certain things that don't work. Do you think Robin needs ERR rope? I think you might as well. Because more energy is more action advances. Do we think we're going to have 5 Elation DPSs? Yeah, we'll see what Nihilix does. V3 will change a lot of things. We'll see. You think he'll get changes in with Ashblade? I don't know if they can. I think they can make his Elation skill count as a follow-up attack. Evanescia got a change during her beta that turned her Master Fox into a follow-up attack. So I think they could do that, and that would give him the full crit damage buff from Ashvale on his Elation skills. But I don't think they can make him work with Blade's E2 better. Because they would, I don't think they can make him work with damage percent. That wouldn't really make sense to me. So I doubt M-Blade E2 will work with him.
Nice.
M-Blade E2 is still very good, because it does other stuff too. It makes M-Blade follow-up attack more often. So that's still good. But the damage buffing part of it, it's not buffing Aventurine at all. I don't think they'll get rid of his elation scalings. What's Aventurine SP's team? Either a follow-up attack team, an elation team, or a mix match of the two. Acheron is the best DPS for Asheville in M-Blade. I mean, M-Blade's E2 works best with Acheron, funny enough. Damage percent converted into elation percent could be made. It could, but they would have to completely, like, revamp one of his traces to do that, you know? Which they could do, I guess. It's possible. Oh yeah, no, E2 M-Blade is still good, but it's good because it's just a good Eidolon. It's not good because it particularly synergizes with Aventurine. It's just good because it's generally good. For M-Blade himself. And because M-Blade is just generally a really strong character. It's true they overhauled Silverwolf 999, but I just don't think Aventurine needs the overhaul as drastically. Like, yes, there's some anti-synergy stuff going on. Not anti-synergy. He's not getting the full buffs from Blade and Asheville, but I don't think it's that big of a deal that he's not getting the full buffs. I think there's enough synergy to make it work. Does it seem impossible to get 50 vibe stacks with Robin? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that too, Weezo. But we'll see. I'll have to test it and see how consistently she can get it. Aventurine is a main DPS, yes. He doesn't have a single team-wide buff in his kit.
Nice.
It's all personal damage, and does he even have any self buffs? Like, not really. A little bit. This thing, after a teammate uses, he additionally gains 1 point of fervor. So yeah, this helps his fervor stacking, but this is only 6 times. But you should definitely get 6 fervor stacks per Aventurine skill, so this is fine. 25% speed to himself? Yeah, he has a few self-steroids, but nothing crazy. Is Mushy like a 2 cope on Aventurine? I mean, I think we're getting a new free light cone, so you can just run that. A new Elation event light cone that has Def Ignore, which is pretty nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm sus on Robin's vibe stacks too. But we'll see, we'll see. I'll get my hands on them and test them eventually. You think the Hunt one is the event light cone looking at the art? It could be, yeah. We'll see. Thank you for following, Aranzio. Yeah, I have a YouTube video that I need to make for all of this. I'll summarize the kits and my first impressions and thoughts on them in the YouTube video. So keep an eye out on the YouTube channel for that. I think I'm probably gonna end stream here, just because I need to work on that video. So let me link the YouTube in chat. After I have tested the characters, I will have another video with my more in-depth opinions on them after personally testing them. So there's a new EP. What's an EP? I don't know what that is. But yeah, keep an eye on the YouTube channel. What was I saying? My brain's all... Yeah, I'll have a more in-depth video on my personal experience with Aventurine and Robin's kits. So yeah, join the Discord server. You can discuss all the leaks with us over on the Discord. And the Discord is just the best place to keep in touch with me. If you want to make sure you don't miss out on announcements for my next streams, you will always be pinged and notified anytime I'm going live over on Discord. It's also just a really chill place. You can find me hanging over there and talking about the leaks. You can talk with the rest of my community about the leaks. And your excitement for the upcoming characters and kits. So yeah, no bingo. Oh, right. We do need to do that. I forgot. One sec. Let me copy paste this. Oh, I need to... Sorry! One last bingo. Hello, can I copy paste? New... Hello? New slide. Okay. I was ready to ditch y'all. Well, I have a video I need to make. But it's fine. Bingo card first. Okay, let me bring chat back on screen. Okay, Robin and Aventurine bingo card. Let's see how we did. Insert, shape, circle. And you can be blue, because we're summer vibes. Okay. I'll have a YouTube video, Ola, summarizing the kits. Okay, triple memos. No, she does not have 3 memo sprites. I'm sad. It's fine. I don't want to talk about it. Follow-up Aventurine is real. Yes. We love that.
Nice.
Robin sub DPS at E0. Yes, for sure. Aventurine OP E2. I don't think so. Maybe it'll surprise me, but at first glance, it doesn't look OP. The 3% icon though, yeah, but it's not what I meant. You know, I can't fit everything that I wanted to say in one small box, so I just summarized it as triple memos. But what I meant was that 3 separate memo sprites, which she doesn't have. Robin AA, yes. Aventurine OP light cone. OP is a stretch. It's a lot of stats and it gives a lot of things. I'll give it to him. Are we looking for gameplay leaks? Those are a few hours away. AA means action advance. Robin has an action advance. Robin universal, decently universal. Robin OPE1. It gives her probably permanent uptime in her ultimate, so that looks pretty good. Aventurine abs Lycone art, yes. Delicious. Aventurine helps Aha schmoove, yes. That's already a bingo, very nice. Robin suntanning Lycone art, nope, she's playing a guitar. It was much more tasteful than I was expecting. Aventurine, Aventurine did not have any RNG in his kit, which is nice. No randomness in the Aventurine kit. We take those. Free space. Robin attaches her memos. She does not. Aventurine speed scaling. Yes. Aventurine Lycone has speed. Yep, called that one. Robin Lycone has energy. It actually does not. Her base kit has a lot of energy. That's getting moved, isn't it? That's gonna be her V3. They're gonna take the energy from Robin's thing down here. They're gonna take this energy and they're gonna put it on her light cone. Man! And then they're gonna put the built-in Von Whack in her bonus ability instead. Ugh. Why did I just speak that into existence? It's fine. Aventurine useless basic attack? Yes, in the sense that you never use it. What did I... Okay. Aventurine elation skill reliant? Yes, in the sense that that's most of his damage. Aventurine X return Eidolon? Nope, unfortunately not. Chewie is happy. I'm decently happy. I'm not as happy as I could have been. I'm a little skeptical on Aventurine's Eidolons still. Aside from his E1. Past the E1, I'm skeptical of the Aventurine Eidolons, which is sad for me because I want to invest into them, but I might be pleasantly surprised. So for now, I'm going to say I'm decently happy. Aventurine bounce attacks. Yes, that is most of his damage. Aventurine no death shred. Correct. Well, his E4. Does that count? Was I thinking of Eidolons? I don't know. Robin memos do not explode. I just meant they don't leave the field, but they do leave the field, so that's wrong. And yeah, his E6 is a Merry Make. Saving for event Eidolons when he should have gotten S5. No, my Finance chilling. Okay, I don't need this for the bingo because I already got a bingo up here, so I'm not gonna put it here because he technically has the death threat on the E4. It's fine. I would kind of expect them to change his E4 from the death shred, but maybe they won't. Okay, and that is our bingo card. All in all, pretty good. We did get the bingo. Can Robin replace E1 Trivia and cast out Evernight team? Most likely, yes. But again, wait for me to do more testing before I give you my more personal, in-depth opinions. This was just first impressions. So yeah, I'm gonna go, I'm not doing that right now. I have a video to make. Merry Make is essentially true damage for elation. Okay, we're ending stream right now. I have a video to make, so thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every single one of you, and with all of that said, until next time!